Hey.
Welcome back for episode 8. My name is Tommy, and we actually have all 4 people here, which is fantastic. However, it smells like orange chicken.
You're welcome.
Great. 8.
We have some catch-ups to do, because 2 of them were left behind.
But what about the mustard?
There was not a rapture.
I'm really not into mayo, so I'll go with that joke.
Aioli, though.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Wow.
Garlic aioli.
Garlic aioli is where it's
It
at.
just got real.
Let's go back on track, where we are
Let's
returning.
actually be real. Aioli is just mayonnaise.
I know, but shush.
But good mayo.
At the moment that you guys realize that you're awake and realize that your other party members are gone, you're also wondering, how did that happen? Because I'm going to retcon a little bit. You guys, upon your almost criminal activity,
That's right.
but kind of criminal activity, made your way back to the Jarl's house quite a bit later than you believed, barely slept, and therefore woke up later.
That makes perfect sense.
Okay. So then when you woke up, it is later than the rest of them.
It's like 2 in the afternoon.
And when you, not quite that bad,
Okay.
but when you woke up, you're just like, where's Angro? I don't smell horse shit.
Stupid centaur.
And so you look around the Jarl's house, and they're nowhere. And so one of the handmaidens goes, oh, they went down to the pier. They've already left without you. They must not really care about
I
you.
just came back from the pier. They're so inconsiderate.
I don't know what to tell you. You guys have a choice of what to do.
Do we want to go to the pier and see if we can catch that?
I mean, do we really have a choice?
Not really.
You do notice that the soul is gone.
Oh, Jeebus.
The SOL, the soul stone. The Thanos soul stone. You sacrificed Black Widow. Spoiler.
So wait, the one that we got from Tweed McProfessor Pants, right?
No, the blue one that you got from
Oh.
the Temple of Janus.
That's a thing. Well, before we go and find them, let's talk about what the hell happened last night. Circling back around to why did you want to burn him alive?
Do we have to talk about this now?
The handmaiden's actually kind of like awkwardly folding and listening to you as you're having this
You're
conversation.
dismissed.
I live here. I live here. All right.
The tails like.
It's my cutting check. It's my persuasion.
Just 3 fingers fluttering.
It would have been 4, but I'm holding on to my fork to
That's
eat my
fair.
Chinese food.
Yeah. Your fork finger.
Yep. So circling around to what the hell?
Right.
Why would it have been so bad if this guy recognized you?
Because he knows my past.
Which is?
She's already confessed this to you.
Uh-uh.
She said she lied and said, I accidentally killed people, and I think he may know. So, yeah.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that. It's like Dionysius is like, oh yeah, that's why I'm so tired. We talked about this, didn't we? Yeah, let's go to the pier.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
I don't believe you.
You notice the handmaiden doing this.
Hey, you! Scram!
What is she doing?
Just like doing the...
Peeking around the door. As you guys make your way down,
Would you burn your fingers?
you are hearing the activity of a woken up town, village, city, province. And you hear the water start to crash louder than normal because your version of normal is water slapping against still ships and a calm water base. However, you are noticing that there's quite a bit more activity down by the pier because ships are actually actively leaving. And your hearts are lifted by this prospect of being able to finally leave Narn and go to Olympia, which was the original plan, but could divert. And you notice there's a centaur out there talking to the woman with long red hair, the very large woman that you remember from the first session talking to the star.
Is it our centaur?
It is your centaur.
Oh, look at our idiots.
Oh gosh.
I'll just...
Oh, right.
Oh, there's that idiot making all the noise. Oh, that's our idiot.
Back to the idiot hut.
Back to the idiot.
Little high
Oh,
five
this tastes
and
so real.
head over.
Got that one. I'll get another.
Cameron made lemonade.
Very nice.
Okay.
Jinxa made lemonade.
Don't mind the rabbit in the corner.
It does taste like rabbit fur.
That was
Anyway.
fun.
I mean,
As you guys are making your way closer, there is a thickening of the crowd as people realize they can leave. So there's a lot of groups of like pirate-looking people, decent soldiers, anywhere in between, just citizens looking for transport, all rushing down the road, kind of knocking you over, and like it's making it difficult to keep your footing, but it's definitely making it harder to progress. So you just sort of ride the.
yeah, just let the crowd
You're
carry.
being corralled towards the water, which you're like, cool, convenient, I'm heading there anyway. But you notice, no matter how fast these people are carrying you, you're not quite getting to the centaur in time before you're seeing him and your tall female friend board the ship with the large
Oh, man.
gal.
We left them behind.
And if you run to catch up like, yo, why are you leaving? Hello! You are seeing that they're making their way up the gangplank. And the gangplank is pulled up. And they're setting sail. When you get to the pier, you're shouting, what the fuck?
Wait, no, stop. Come back. They didn't hear us.
I have a quick question for you. Completely out while they're thinking about what to do.
You're out of the game. You don't exist right now.
Point of order.
I'm going to stop the recording then.
Oh,
Okay, go for
So
it.
hot.
Oh my.
Go on.
Where will you get your content now, big boy? Okay.
Some attitude.
The house banner that I had on my back of the wave that got crotchified by the scholar. I never got it back from him, and I just assumed
Oh, no,
it's
he-
still with him.
He gave it to you.
He gave it back to me?
It
Why
smells,
do we
it smells
not
like perineum,
remember
but yeah.
this? Oh,
Ew. Ew.
he's
God.
female?
Men have bigger perineums than women.
What am I thinking of?
I don't remember what a perennium is. If I'm
It's the junction between the genitals and the
It's
butt.
a taint.
It's the taint, yeah.
Oh.
I was not thinking of the correct thing.
What
The
do you
taint
think? Yeah.
smells
Well,
like
if it smells
taint.
like that, that ain't good.
That's really funny. It is very funny. Don't kill us with a pun, please. All right.
That's
dragon.
the first. Don't I get 3 strikes?
All right.
That good point, gone.
Why do
I'm
I not-
kidding. I'm kidding.
Why do I? What? Did he give it back to me when he was drunk?
As soon as he disembarked from your back, entering Narn, he gave it back to you all crumpled up.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Thank you.
Is my sword lost forever?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna just erase it. Goodbye, sword. I should
But
Meta, but yes.
You have a gladius.
I do.
You guys notice
I do.
That's a happy.
There are still dozens of ships left that have not
not a
quite
sadness.
left that realize, hey, if I were to disembark right now, I would collide with 8 different ships. I should wait.
Does that include the one with her Capitan?
When worlds
Mm,
collide.
Bird
point.
Capitan?
That is a good point.
You have to read your fortunes out loud.
You notice this horny-looking guy staring at you. No.
I'm just like imagining
No.
Dionysia dressing like a Hollywood star that doesn't want to get recognized, so I like got a hat from somewhere and like sunglasses, and I'm all just like, don't talk to me. Like,
Hey, that's the girl. Okay. No. You notice the blue balls is setting off like right now.
so
So
appropriate name.
setting sail.
Good riddance.
Oh, hey, there's a hell of a fortune.
I want to hear it.
Before you know it, you'll be sitting on top of the world.
Is that what you call your bed?
Dude, I'll lay on my bed. I don't sit on it.
Is that what you call your couch?
Can't really turk out.
I think that's sweet.
What do you guys do? What do you guys do?
So, both of these two boarded a boat
With the Olympian
with the Olympian
guards.
guards. The soul is missing. What would Dionysia do? WWDD. WWDD.
Double dub dub D.
Yeah.
It's dub 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 D. The dub dub D.
I can't keep up, man.
Do you think they're heading to Olympia?
I mean, that was the original plan, was it not?
I don't understand why they left us.
This is why you don't go out to burn ships in the middle of the night.
Look, I have some needs. They just...
They just arise.
I'm starting to question my standing next to you.
I'm twitchy, but you're
What?
safe.
Oh, so the next step is not burn my hair? I should not have put that idea in your head.
I was gonna say, like,
This is going to come back to haunt me.
there seems to be something moving in your hair. Oh, it's all of the hairs.
I started.
I want to look around and see if there's like a smaller dinghy-esque boat that might be looking to embark.
Yeah.
Did you roll like really high or
I
something?
rolled 6 and a 5, so yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna say it's awkwardly between a ship and a boat, where
A shoat.
A shoat. So you want to look at the shoat as it has a very fancy bannered sail, but there's only like, I'm not good with boat terminology, so please bear with me.
Dude,
but there's
bold of you to assume that I am.
all right. So there's only one set of sails going up the very middle of the ship. Therefore, it's not going to be as fast as most of the ships you see here.
Mm-hmm.
But it is labeled with a family crest, and you notice 2
Is it the wave?
dwarves.
Oh.
2 dwarves. Standing on either side of the gangplank that is actually down onto the pier right now. And there's a satyr that bumps into Pyra, apologizes quickly as he makes his way very quickly towards the dwarves, and mumbles something as he's like gesturing, and they're just like, okay, yeah, you can go up now, and he's like, and he runs up to the
Did he
ship
like
boat.
pay them?
No, he's like showing them something and then runs up. You notice that both dwarves are beardless. I'm making this up completely on top of my head. Let's do this.
Okay. Do they look like? Do we know much about dwarves?
Give me lore checks. Pyra's like, oh yeah, I killed them.
Yeah. 10. Oh. 10.
13's a lucky number for me in my game. So
There you go.
yes, you've met several of them. They've all been bearded. They're all older, and they're all either established miners, family men, or warriors.
Okay. Do we want to try to catch them? You're like busy eating a croissant. Be like, where did you get that? And why wouldn't you share?
Tell them what we're selling them. The potion chick?
I hate this town. I think our best chance is going to be to try to get on a small boat that can sneak around the other ones and perhaps get up to the side of this one if we want. I want to go to the dwarves.
The dwarves one of them sees you approach and goes, we're about to be full up, so do you have your papers and payments and everything all together?
Depends. Where are you going?
Well, we were heading for Olympia, but we may have to look for repairs on one of the islands midway there, but
Careful.
How much does passage normally cost?
15 gold.
15 gold. Interesting. And I'm going to get a little closer to him, and I'm going to reach in my pouch, and I'm going to pull out 60 gold. And I'm going to be like, 2 seamen like yourselves, sea dwarves, learned men of the oceans, both able to catch that ship right there, no problem, right? And I'm going to point to the one that these 2 got on.
You mean the ship that's housing the people that were keeping us here?
Yes. And how much fun would it be to flip them the proverbial bird as you sail on past them, dropping off your precious cargo as you go? I dropped my pencil.
By precious cargo, do you...
I am gesturing at myself and Pyra.
Most precious.
Did you miss your ship? Is that what I'm getting?
Not the ship.
You know, if you hadn't pointed it out, you could have kept the 60 gold. Now the price is down to 55. There goes your tip. I didn't want to be called out like this. I came here to have a good time, and I'm honestly feeling so attacked right now.
He actually finds you very funny. He has this nice, genuine smile. He has some pockmarks, by the way, around his cheeks.
Like acne pockmarks?
And he has dark hair and some stubble, but not anywhere near like a full-grown beard at all.
I like how the beard is growing in, by the way.
He gets a little bit serious on that comment. He's like, we'll take the 60, we won't ask questions, we'll see what we can do. I can't promise anything, but hey, with the Olympian guards having so much weight on their ships with, armor, weapons, egos, it might go slower.
Especially that third one.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you might have an easier time getting through all this fracas. Maybe
Well,
we could catch them before they leave port.
We're leaving in about 5 minutes, so they're still gonna get some
Grab
room.
5 more gold.
I appreciate it, but our captain's not here yet.
Would 2 men like yourselves really need a captain? Or can you not do this yourselves? And I'll pull another 5, so I'm up to 70 now.
Oh, wow. Oh.
If he ever finds out about this, we will die. You understand that? And the other guy says,
We have more gold.
We do have more gold. And we also know people who like to kill captains.
Oh, I'm not there.
2 minutes because I was talking about her, and you're like on the other ship, like me.
okay.
With Pyra, maybe literally.
Yeah.
He says, I am sorry. I can't do that. I understand.
You mentioned needing to stop for repairs. Like how bad.
This dinghy is
officers-
so dang old, it
Oh,
tends
no.
to need some sort of hull patch
like that.
about halfway through. It's not going to fall apart mid-sea, and we probably could make it to Olympia
No,
just fine anyway.
don't like that.
We just are a little bit careful because we have some precious cargo people aboard.
Weed.
Slaves.
You're not there, so I'm ignoring the
Oh,
comment.
I'm sorry. It's me, not my character.
They're followers of Ares! What do you do?
It's a bunch of angry buff testosterone riddled guys beating their chests.
You can easily board right now and wait out the remaining 4.5 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else we
Me
might be able to
neither.
do to
Okay.
expedite the process. Question. Good time.
Did you brush teeth? As you make your way up the gangplank, you are noticing how flimsy and rocky it is. You're like, this really is an old ship, okay? It's nothing like what you were on last night,
Nervous.
okay? Giggity. You guys were...
On top of the world.
Her couch?
Spaghetti.
You guys get on board and notice that the under deck, as it were, is filled with people that are using this ship as transport to Olympia or any of the islands in between. So this is a
I'm staying up on the top deck.
this is a transport ship.
Yeah.
So as you guys are waiting, it's very, very short until the person that they were waiting for comes on board. Yes.
When we slept, did we regain the last bit of... Because I'm only 4 points down for health.
So that was the bonus. I remember distinctly that I gave you your HP gains from sleep at the end of that episode when all of you were asleep.
That's right.
So your totals right now are set. Your MP should be full, though.
Okay. That's
So-
right, because we didn't get a full night's rest because of our shenanigans.
Yes. You notice that the person is a rather tall, lanky Vulcan. Foxfolk. Foxfolk. And he silently looks at like each individual person, like does a little nod or acknowledgement, looks at you guys, and you're just like, okay. And he goes over to the stern, and he just sort of like flicks a finger, and the ship starts moving. And I'm gonna say it's kind of like one of those ships that like in Disneyland. You know the feeling how like those cute little boats that you're on just suddenly start moving like in Disneyland.
Swear to God, if you make a Small World reference.
It's okay. This is a small ship, so it's good enough for me. So you guys start moving into the open ocean.
It's a small
It's a
boat
lovely bunch
after
of
all.
coats.
It's a smoke.
Big ones,
Bip.
small ones. Scooch ahead.
Always said smoke in the show.
That's wonderful.
Smoke the show.
Smoke the show. Hey, how do you know just what kind of music I use all the time?
And you make your way out to sea. You are
See, I
noticing
told you we
just
could-
how... how do I describe this? You guys are sailing in a straight line. You are not encountering any sort of deviance in the breeze. You're not like, oh crap, we're veering right or left. This is a very steadfast, like an arrow ship. So based on the like, oh, you might have to stop for repairs, you're trusting this thing because it's not showing any signs of like, we don't know what we're doing.
Ha! Blah, 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 blah. It's like going forward and down at the same rate.
As you guys are making your way out into sea, you witness that Narn
Right.
is vanishing further and further down into the horizon until it's just a line, and you're like, oh, crud. We didn't say bye to Barrick.
Oh,
That's
I
sad.
don't think we did either.
I didn't vote for you! And you also notice around the same time that the water starts to get pretty choppy all of a sudden, and then it just suddenly stops. And then there's this like harsh breeze that shoots diagonally across the ship towards the general direction that you're heading, and the ship is kind of veering towards that, and then it suddenly stops.
Sorry, I ate too many beans last night.
Doesn't smell bad though. It smells like water.
Mine smell like roses.
I miss beans.
And then once again there is hard like rumbling underneath the water, hard waves, kind of choppy, a lot of turbulence, as it were. And then once again, after a few minutes of wondering like what the heck is happening, it just stops. And off in the horizon you see the Olympian ship just kind of chilling in the middle of the ocean. And by this point you will have been sailing for about nearing 6 hours.
They got 6 hours ahead of us in the 4 minutes it took to leave.
Don't worry about that part. Because, well, yeah, don't worry about
I
that
look at the dwarves, I'm like, your ship sucks! I hate your shot. Your shotty boat.
My point is that they set sail and they were sailing for 6 hours up to the point where their session stopped. You had to sail that 6 hours to also like parallel.
They're going
go with
13
them.
knots, we're going 12.9 knots.
So you finally see the Olympian ship, and you're noticing that there are large holes in the side. Not quite to the point where the water is getting in, but like they're above water holes. Above water holes. You know what I mean? Above
the water
holes.
line. They have
And
holes in the ship above the water line.
you're also noticing there is a abundant amount of blood dripping along the sides of the ship.
What is this?
And then you get up to the ship,
It's the Christmas clock.
and you're noticing that there's a horse on board. And he's weeping as he's looking out to the side of the ship, and he notices you. He's like, oh, hey!
What's up, bitch? Just kidding, I don't actually
Oh,
say
that's
that.
right, you're
The
staring
dwarves
off
look
into the
at
sunset
look at you two and just like,
and
is this
cry.
your ride?
It was,
I don't know.
and now I question.
Do you though?
Hey, Angie, you alright up there?
I've been better.
Where's the other one?
You just pop
His
up.
name is Agate.
That was her name. Was that good?
She's not offended by pronoun misuse. It's fine.
You're a man. Don't lie.
Your mouth just got very thin.
Well, I guess we're both wieners. Didn't use name.
I'm
I
gonna
forgot the
smack
gender.
you in the wiener. Oh,
I don't remember the name.
She's somewhere on the boat.
Is there anybody else on the boat?
And as you ask, the large red-headed gal pal goes to the side of the ship and looks down and says, Tahoe, would you mind assisting? And looks a little abashed and like smiles at the Vulpin captain, and he's like,
oh.
he just gestures like, what? With what? You want help now, Olympians? You just gestured to all of me. And Hammer says, we have some damage in our everywhere. And we're hoping that you may know of the nearest island that we can, like, stop. And he says... he just points off in the distance, a bit to the right, and she's like, okay. Because our cartographer kind of just died.
What?
And the Vulpin goes...
Nobody else can read maps.
Then a very, very, very ugly, lean female comes around Hammer and, like, peers around. Looks kind of fishy. With red serpentine hair, who's very obviously a half-Gorgon. And she looks down at the ship and goes, we hardly know how to read.
Exactly. Exactly.
She's charming, I know. You'll get used to her, though. She's great.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just imagining that.
Am I up there now? Can I be up there?
You
Okay.
are seeing your friends, and you're just like, cool.
So, what's with all the blood?
I saw, dude.
We were attacked by a baby kraken, not a big deal.
That was a baby?
I told you last session. I mean 5 minutes ago.
I'm glad we slept in.
Kinda, yeah.
Found a map.
So, you guys coming over here? We
Grab a
going
map.
over there? You all staying on your boat?
Get over here!
I don't trust your boat. It's full of holes.
And blood.
I am,
And blood. And bloody holes.
Ours just from the Kraken.
to be honest, I'm kind of, I feel a connection with, these folks on this boat. If you'd like to rejoin, then come onto our boat.
We've been through some shit. So,
I guess I do.
seen some shit.
I'll go. Yeah.
Also, that boat doesn't seem too great.
No, it's like sinking.
I'll just like gesture. Your guys. They both suck.
The Vulpin.
By the way, this is a shoot.
The Vulpin taps on both the beardless dwarf's shoulders and just sort of gestures in like an approximation of sign language. And the gangplank is then pulled out and put between both ships. And they kind of awkwardly look towards you and just like, you should go.
I'll mark off my 60 gold.
I do hope that we meet again someday, but I mean,
Yeah, sure.
We had
Very
it,
nice
we had
pleasantries. Bye, bye.
okay.
Is this where we are?
You're very pretty, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
She doesn't swing that way.
But you have nice
Do we know how she swings, actually? I don't know.
Swings like a pendulum.
I don't think we found out anything about your
doesn't swing at all.
preferences.
He whispers.
Ah.
He whispers loudly to his dwarven companion. No one has ever said that to me ever, ever. And watches you leave like sadly as he pulls the gangplank back and goes, "So,
God, he's such a heartbreaker.
Is this where we are?
blue balls, sad dwarf, confused Dionysia."
I'm just on the other boat,
no,
like.
no. You are about there.
Ah, we've gone
About,
so
actually,
far.
about there. Yeah, you're not that
Okay.
far.
Welcome to the ocean. It goes on for a while. That should
And
be my
then,
next
without
character to
much of
talk
a
about.
word, the shoat just takes off. And Undyne goes, "Fuck you too. We'll be fine. Okay?"
Okay, thanks.
And her voice cracks a little bit, and Hammer's like, "You'll be fine." He said there's an island that way. She's like, "I don't know which direction's right." And she points Undyne to right. Got it. Let's go.
Again, you'll warm up to her. Also, I need to discuss definitely one, possibly two hot fixes with you. So this is purely mechanics, and I figured this is actually a pretty good place to bring it up since the party's rejoined and we're all in the same boat now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Very, very quick. I
Okay.
promise. So the ability Smite,
Yes.
it's a spell.
Yes.
It's listed in spells,
Yes.
and I've been sort of combining it with my attack roll this whole time.
Oh. Don't do
You've
that.
been playing your own game wrong?
Yes. Well, it's not. That's the thing. This is the reason why it's a hotfix. Is because it's not written that way. It's written as a spell, but it says your attack. So it's like a hybrid. So what I need to do is I actually need to change it to where Smite is an instant cast, and it's sort of just
It's an attack roll, but you amplify it with Smite.
Exactly. So it's two separate rolls. I'm going to roll an instant spell that imbues my weapon with holy damage, and will convert the weapon damage to holy, and then a separate attack roll to see if the attack lands.
Okay, I like it.
So you're totally okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Also, I haven't actually looked it up yet because I've been spending all my darn time transcribing everything to a different sheet.
It's bedtime sugar.
Deep breaths.
Aw, sheep.
So I haven't really been able to bring it up, but or look at it yet. But under the skills and spells, the ability Fireball, I was thinking about how it's written originally. I believe you have the ability, yes?
Yes, I've just never used it.
Okay. So the way it's written and the way that burning damage or damage over time in general works, I think there might be some clashing going on.
Eden!
So just to, I guess the second hotfix is just to give you a heads up on that, and when we use Fireball, or rather Pyre uses Fireball, we should come to an agreement based on what it does and how it works with the burning damage.
We will burn that bridge when we get to it.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, it was just important because it involves two very important abilities.
The ship is pulled off to the right, knowing that there is an island somewhere out there. I really hope it's out there.
We turned right relative to what?
Somewhere.
The original direction that the boat was facing.
Oh, hopefully we didn't turn too far right, otherwise we would have gone left.
Undyne's not that bad of a captain.
Yeah, I'm not.
Actually, that seemed pretty in character.
Undyne looks at Agate. Fuck you.
I thought we were friends.
We are, but, knock it off.
Okay.
So,
Sorry.
what did we miss?
How did you two meet?
Pretty much. So, we've got a little blue friend here.
Hammer heads below deck.
I tell them everything that happened.
Is it Nathan Fillion?
I would like for you to describe in your own voice what happened.
Oh, gosh. From what point?
From the point when the soul was transferred.
Oh, right. You missed all of that clamor on the beach.
Not gonna lie, we kind of went off and did our own thing last night, and we're still very sleepy.
Wow.
And confused.
It's been a while.
Mostly that second one.
Yes. Oh, well.
What did you do when you woke up?
If you don't remember, I can take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, they woke
I
up.
do, but I don't know how to explain it.
Your life had been threatened by a random person.
Yeah.
You still don't know who that was.
Rando Calrissian.
I thought it was Undyne, but I don't think it was, actually.
You woke up and found that the Jarl and Barrett were setting up a cart to look like nothing, when in fact it was actually the soul put into a chest, covered with shit to look like it was just blah, to take it down to the ocean to give it to the Olympians.
the
so
one
they
that we
could
had
leave.
intended to give to them.
Yes, and had really, really hoped that was the treasure they were looking for. They had a escort of 6 guards, not including Barrick. Then Barrick came, and they all made their way down, including these two.
Yeah.
And when you made your way down, there was a large crowd of sailors, all unhappy to still be locked into Narn. And Hammer, the name of the large red-headed chick, received the Soul Stone and agreed to leave. Upon this mess, just before they agreed to leave, there was some sort of airship in the sky that blew apart the Man-O-Wars. And they seem to have been, called by, or at least he was knowledgeable of it, by this very large, giant or large large human or short giant person, very hairy and not that attractive guy, but that was aware that it was happening and basically told Hammer, you need to leave now before it's too late. She said, I'm not leaving, and he snapped his fingers and the Man of Wars went up in flames. You would have been proud.
Yes.
The Man of Wars were instantly sunk.
The Man of Wars
And-
belonged to Olympia, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And he disappeared, like he just left. The Jarl and Barrack left in a hurry because all the rest of the sailors just surged forward and ran to their ships to try to leave. And then Hammer's like, okay,
So,
I guess
yeah.
we're leaving
I
then.
guess we're getting on the boat.
Yeah. And so then Undyne took the soul, brought it up on board, and has it somewhere, but hasn't shared with anyone where it is. They set sail. These two sort of made fast friend-ish situation with Hammer. She offered to bring them with her to Olympia, so they went. And then along the journey, they got to know each other a little bit. And then they got to know Undyne. And Undyne's this ugly little fixture, which you guys know. You've probably seen Undertale. And kind of got Angoramir on her side. Begrudgingly crushed. Or crushing a little bit. Anyway. And along the way, they were attacked by acolytes of Hecate. They don't know why yet.
No, we don't.
And then a baby kraken was summoned to try to stop them. They fought it off. They fought it off. A bunch of sailors died. Hence all the blood. Hence all the holes.
That's the crying.
Hence the crying.
What the heck?
Like, a lot of people died.
Yeah. It was brutal, man.
So that's it.
It's a lot better than I could have done, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm not sorry we missed all that.
I could have done that,
It was fucked up. Yeah, I'm sure.
but I
you
was
could
busy
have. Thank you.
transcribing.
Yeah. Thank you. Teacher's pet.
Wow. So, a lot can happen when you sleep in. So why the hell didn't you guys come get us? That was perfect.
To be honest, well, simply put, you guys weren't there during the exchange, and with all of the chaos of the Man of Wars being destroyed and whatnot, and fireballs, and everyone wanting to fight the Olympians / go to sea finally because the blockade was destroyed. We had a very short window of time in which to join the Olympians, which I gained a tremendous amount of respect for because I could tell that they weren't lying to us.
I thought you were going to say your foresight told you.
I should have said that.
And they got swept up in the unstoppable tide of humanity. Down to the beach. Sorry.
And also, there's like this underlying notion of like world peace and stuff, so that's cool too.
Undyne has been privy to this entire conversation and mutters under her
God, I forgot you were here.
She's sailing, and she's like, I'm not promising anything about peace.
It's okay.
Anything.
Well, the byproduct of what our goal is might be. Again, you'll get used to her. She's great.
Cool.
And
Guess how many weapons she uses at once?
Can I see how many weapons are on her?
she instantly
Oh, yeah.
summons 4 astral spears in midair
Oh,
and points them all at you, and she's like,
spoiler
4.
alert.
4.
You should ask her to summon a 5th one.
shut up.
I was going to ask for 6.
Sorry. I just found it really funny.
So
I
what,
got the boat. You can go, like, down below deck or something.
but I like the wind.
Yeah, fresh air is nice.
And my hair.
And my axe.
They're spears.
Actually,
They
this is
point
great for me.
directly, like, even further towards you.
So Gorgon, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That makes 3 of us. What?
Is that going to be a big problem for you?
Oh, like, get a little bit of the snake.
You're actually going to show her?
I don't give a fuck.
Okay. So you undo your tie or whatever you do, and you show her a bit, and she's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
What?
Oh shit! You didn't know, did you?
You only know about him. Undyne's like, "I smell pee."
I've warmed up to Undyne so much that like I'm like really okay with it. I'm like,
Yeah, it's a thing.
Can I show mine too?
If you want to.
Okay, I do.
And she pops an eyebrow and is like, "You could have told me that earlier. I thought we were bros."
I thought you already knew.
what?
I knew.
Yeah.
Am I a Gorgon too?
Stop it.
I'm gonna like smack you on the rump.
No.
These aren't just
I'm gonna go with
tattoos.
no.
You thought this was a really good tattoo artist. Think again.
Yeah.
So, where are your moms?
Dead.
Not dead.
Dead.
Why?
Not dead.
Why not dead? Because she is alive.
Are
It's
you,
a fun game.
Are you flirt?
What about your mom? Dead. Not dead. Dead. Not dead.
We're so balanced.
Have you guys seen Frozen 2? Go see Frozen 2.
No! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, two
man.
character sheets have bitten the dust tonight.
What did I even do? I'm just trying to eat my ice out of my cup.
Hey.
Oh, you just got wet too. Well, 3 for 4.
It's not destroyed though.
Oh well, I'm paying attention.
She's like, "Did your mom not die, like, in the process of giving birth to you, or, like, soon after giving birth to you, because, like, she's suddenly, like, not be able to defend herself, or, like, resist other heroes, like, coming in to kill her, and, like, had to tell you to run, or none of that happened?"
Like,
Gorgons are so
Trevor,
fascinating.
Trevor is smiling. Dionysia would not be, but
Dionysia's like,
Dionysia's like feeling it, like
heart.
yeah, right, like literally, like this is the most that she's like gotten close to a person in a short amount of time. Just like
I'm telling you, she really warms up.
she no longer is looking at you, but realizing that she's
Just
getting
like, oh, she's
emotional.
just-
Now she's looking straight to this
so she's
imaginary island.
driving the boat, just looking out in the distance.
And you notice that her very lean body is all flexed, and she's actually very toned, but she's just very tight. And so, like, she's, like, flexing as she's, like, driving now. She's like, "It's hard to steer."
Do you need some help?
"I'm fine, Egg. I'm fine, Egg.
Okay.
I don't remember your name."
Egg.
It's okay. It's raining.
Short
It's hard
for
to
Egan.
remember.
Egg
Honestly.
and Targaryen.
It's
Egg
not.
is-
Oh. Right.
We should talk at some point, but I digress.
She looks up awkwardly at the sky. She's like, "Please just fucking rain. Make this better."
I didn't even mention my parents killed each other having sex yet.
She looks very slowly towards you.
Yeah, it's so like Dionysia at the same
I've said it
time.
before!
You haven't.
Yes, I have!
Not when
you
I was
said,
around.
My parents loved each other very much.
I do remember that.
I have no recollection of that, but I believe you.
They didn't mean to. They were just had really...
My characters are literally
That's
just looking back over the sea like, it's been a very eventful and informative day today.
I learned things.
I've said too much.
All that character development.
That's exposition. So, what was your guys' plan for going to Olympia?
So my favorite food is roasted potato.
He's implying that about like the homework that I gave you guys with all the questions about your biggest fear, animals you've had, the loves. His favorite food was fucking roasted potatoes.
They are delicious.
Very true.
You're so mad at me right now. Yeah, the plan is
The plan is to plant some potatoes
Sail
Yeah.
with these
for later
guys
roasting.
to Olympia.
Yeah, we're
Boom.
riding a boat to Olympia
Boom, baby.
because that's where the Soul Stone is headed. That's
Okay.
what they were looking for this whole time.
Okay, first of all, no, we're not. We're heading to this fucking island. But also, stop talking about the Soul Stone like you know what it is.
Okay.
So what is it?
What is it?
Shut up.
We weren't saying anything.
You.
Yeah, but when you said shut up, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay, but I'm saying stop talking from this point onward.
Why?
She lets go of the wheel. Oh shit.
Boat immediately just keeps going straight.
I mean, I thought we were headed to Olympia.
We're heading to the island to
repairs.
fix this dang ship.
Detours.
Yep.
But eventually, we're heading to Olympia.
Yes,
Great.
we have to get it to Olympia. I mean, it's really
Is it imperative
it's
that we do it?
it's important.
Yes.
Why?
Has anyone been to this island before? Or we're just...
I don't even know what island he was gesturing toward, but I
Okay.
trust him.
Are
I don't know the seas.
Is
I
the
look
shoat
it.
still in view?
What?
Is the shoat still in
The
view?
shoat is like now a dot on the edge, but there.
Oh, now it
but-
can go fast.
But you guys are like going in like a V formation, so now you're going two very different directions.
Are they not going to the... Oh, they're not going to the... Fuckers.
Oh my god! You get a good wind. Six and a 5.
my
You
God.
get a good wind, and Undyne is actually saying, "I think that might be it. I really hope that's it." And pretty soon you're actually seeing a formation of actually a quite sizable island. If you look in the map, it's actually there. And you can see this stone structure up on top of a hill. And there's right there.
Right there.
Oh,
Thank you.
turn. Right there.
There.
And you're seeing the island quickly approach with the good wind. And Undyne says, "We're gonna have to find like trees and chop them down or something to like fix the hole. I guess I don't know. I don't sail. I'm
What
just
if-
faking it right now.
What if they have a dock and people that can fix boats?
That could work. We can't let them up on the ship though.
What about on the outside so they can fix it?
That could work.
Okay. I think
Hopefully
that
they're
should
friendly.
be plan A.
I think that in order to
Again,
fix the
I
boat,
don't know how to spell.
I think they would have to get onto the boat.
You can't spell, don't know left from right, can't sail.
I know how to fight. You're not in the game. Cameron's just a sailor on the boat, so you can't even do that.
Just immediately transfixed on a spear.
Or 4 of them.
The comic relief NPC.
You guys quickly approach the beach, and you awkwardly kind of... There's not a dock to stay at, and so they're kind of awkwardly anchored about 100 yards off from the beach. And there's a smaller boat that you can use to sail the rest of the way. I'm going to imagine and assume that the 4 of you are just like, I'll go.
Right.
Sorry, I'm still laughing from the idea of just like a floating other dimensional like Jinx ahead, just like commenting as the ship goes by.
So you
she's just
can't
like ahead.
sail.
She's like ahead in the
Yeah,
clouds,
right.
like this fucking bunny rabbit. It's just all like, so you can't do that either.
It's like the fucking floating baby head in Phineas and Ferb. How the hell did I just think of that? Anyway, sorry.
It's a great show.
Jeez.
Yeah, so my character would do that. Yeah.
What about you?
Definitely.
Part of me wants to stay back and talk with Undyne, but it's not the right time.
Undyne's choosing to go.
Well, then yeah, that makes that easy. I'll go.
She does say, hold on, I'm going to put on my armor. I don't like people seeing me. Including you.
It's probably
But it's
best.
too late.
Is somebody competent staying on the ship?
Hammer approaches the boat and says, yeah, that would be our dear old stupid dark elf friend downstairs. Yeah, he's staying to guard the ship and other things.
Dark Elf?
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's a dark elf downstairs. You haven't met him. Great guy.
I don't like the way you just said dark.
First of all,
It's just an elf.
It's just a
I
word.
don't see
By the way,
color.
I got blocking.
Yeah, you don't have a shield.
Yeah, I do have a buckler.
Chill.
What?
What?
So what?
Once Undyne is fully armor-bird, she comes up above deck with her helmet off so you can still see her beautiful, ugly face.
Yeah.
And she grins at all of you and says, I feel better.
You look better.
Shall we? This is legitimately what she does. I'm going to actually act it out. Stop giving me Trevor look.
That's all there is, buddy. I know nothing of Seton Priest's trial.
You give her a positive affirmation about her physical appearance, and she'll go, and she'll stare at you for like a long time,
Aw.
like looking and waiting for the joke,
No.
and then she'll like,
One snake.
She's serious.
and then she'll look down at the boat, and then up at you, then off to the oceans, like, and then she'll like sort of shift her gaze and like scratches behind her ear and goes, "Thanks," and then walks off to the boat.
I'm sorry, you were saying something though?
I don't remember. Let's just
You
go.
just stopped like mid-sentence.
I don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember either. It's been so long
Let's
now.
just go.
Still
Okay.
got it.
Hammer's like, so I'll crush that boat if I get into it. I'll just swim. Because the boat's small.
Is Hammer wearing armor?
No. She's wearing pure white cloth.
Hammer.
No, 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 no.
The hammer is my penis.
Thank you.
Do you guys make it or go to the beach?
Yep.
Okay. You guys proceed to the beach, and there's a reason that I stopped the sounds. Because as soon as you guys get onto the beach and Hammer's like soaked, and Undyne steps onto the pebbles, and there's like a crunch and a crunch, you notice that the sound of the water has muted. And there's not really a breeze anymore, and there's a slope that you can walk up onto the island proper, but the waves are silent as they cascade onto the pebble beach, and you don't really hear any birds tweeting. You don't hear any seagulls above you. There's actually an very odd absence of trees around you. There's some shrubbery, of course, and grass, but no tall trees at all.
Glenda, you guys gonna just suggest perhaps another island?
This was the one we were told to go to.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and vocalize. I'm checking for traps. And as I say it, I'm going to see
Yeah,
if
for
they
real.
heard me say
Okay.
it.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys heard that? Because I can't hear anything else.
Lore check.
And now I'm looking for traps.
Have I been here before? 16.
You know for a fact you have not.
Okay. That's good.
I'll
That's
look.
very good for all of you. Okay.
I wanted to, if he's looking particularly for like traps and whatnot, I just want to see, what am I looking for? I'm looking for signs of life anywhere near here, footprints, animal tracks, anything like that.
You have no idea if any of the sticks and everything are disheveled.
There is sand.
Yeah.
Are there any flowers?
Some, not many.
In the sand.
There's some shrubbery around.
Sand flowers.
They're called flowers.
Safflowers. I am going to use my mystic ability. And I'm going to try and predict the future.
I don't like this at all.
I love this.
Yeah,
You're gonna love if you roll
do.
low and all you see is sand.
Is there even anything here
up.
to...
Of course, irritating.
I
Gets
am actually going to
everywhere.
look for something specific. I want to see if
Thanks,
in the
Annie.
future our ship actually gets repaired on this island.
Oh fuck.
19.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that a crit for you?
It's a spell crit, but I don't think that mystic works the same way.
Regardless of the fixing of the ship, this is not your final destination.
We should go back.
Wait. Okay.
Why?
So regardless of the fixing of the ship, this is not the final. So in my head, the final destination is the ship is fixed and we get to Olympia.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Am I seeing anything specific in the vision, or do
You
I just
see,
get that feeling?
you see your departure from this island.
Does the ship look whole?
He just knows that he himself is leaving, is all.
And the ship in my vision looks.
You do not see around you or below you to see if there's a ship
Oh,
underneath
got
you.
it. Got it.
Thanks, mate.
To give a bit of
I don't like this.
to give a bit of a
don't
scene
like it
right now, not a scene, but like an idea of what you're looking at. You're on this very short, shallow, sand, pebbly beach with a bit of shrubbery around the border, and in front of you is a bit of a rock face, so you can't look up to like this stone structure that you saw from a distance. You're basically hidden in this little alcove on this little beach, and there's this slope off to your right that will lead you up to the island proper that will give you a better vantage point of what it is that you've landed upon. So from where you are right now, you're not seeing much.
So the rock face is obviously right ahead of us. Do we see, like, going along the beach in either direction, is there any distinctive features on either side?
Not really.
Does the rock face look like it, like, ends? Could we get around it? And
Yes.
Okay.
I would have. Oh, sorry.
I would like to lead
Lead.
with my sword out.
As I see you pull out your sword, I'm going to do the old, like, Undyne? I don't really get a good feeling about this place.
I got a bad feeling about
I don't know if you know this about me, but I do believe you've heard me say it before, but I do come from a faraway place, and I have an ability that is able to predict certain events in the future based on visions and stars and whatnot. It's very a mystical ability. So, when I
There's no waking
say
up, it's just
that I don't get a very good feeling about this place, I mean it. I got a very strong vision. I don't like it. And who told you to come here anyway? Like,
You
I don't
were
like it
there.
either, and I don't have any of that shit.
It was the other guy on the ship. On the other
I've
ship.
been to a lot of islands, and this is
I don't think that the leadership of the other guy on the shoat is very good leadership to be following, because this place is giving me all kinds of... It's wigging me out, man.
It's either try to find parts here to fix the ship, or really risk sinking.
I can ask Poseidon nicely not to sink us.
Last time you prayed to Poseidon, we got a kraken.
Right.
Well, that was because of the thing that we have on the ship.
Thank you for not using the word.
Of course.
Hammer's like, what word?
Shit.
On the wing.
Oh.
Some.
Can't you only repair ships with dry wood?
That's what we're here for.
Or some, like, tar, sticky stuff. Slap that on
I'm like
there.
looking around.
Well, yeah, it's not here,
Yes.
but like we're gonna go up and see if like maybe the stones, like it may be a castle. Like we don't know. They have.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but you can't hear anything like around us right now. Like,
Hammer says you're being pessimistic. Okay, I can hear people talking up there right now. They could be merchants that sell ship parts. Okay,
Shards.
she's making her way up the incline. She's like, if you don't want to come, that's fine. I will go try to figure this out. Okay.
well, I'm going to follow you,
Right, she can't
but
do alone.
I'm just like really freaked out, man. Like you can't hear like the fact that the
It's
waves
quiet
aren't making
here, but
sound
we're
and
also
stuff.
like in a little kind of, I don't know, like
I
a
don't
little
think we
basin
have a
here on the
choice.
ocean.
I mean, I
All
felt
right.
that, and I don't have
I
any
think
of
we're
your
gonna sink if
abilities,
we get back
so
on the ocean.
Join
Yeah.
the club. I shall soldier on.
Fine.
Undyne says, if you're really feeling that terrified, you can go sleep on the ship.
Meanwhile, I'm in the back like a bunch of guys that rap out and going, oh! Just kidding.
I do like a slow blink, and I go, I'm already following Hammer anyway.
Yeah, let's go, buddy. Nothing we can do about it.
Unbeknownst to me, my hooves were already walking.
As you walk past her, Undyne cups your under cheek. Anyway,
Oh, wow.
Not like that.
Oh, what?
What?
anyway,
We lost Jenny to Lewd Town.
you guys head up the little slope. And you are seeing that it's actually quite flat. Like, there's some rockiness, and, like, there's obviously was a formation from, like, some sort of volcano or something that jutted this island up out of the water. So it's not perfectly just, like, flat like a plateau. But you are seeing there's a hill with a natural-looking either fortress or castle or something that was made, and it doesn't look the most stable, and it also looks not quite new, because there's, like, a tower that fell.
Look, these people suck at fixing things. Let's just get out of here. We get it.
And you find a camp immediately up on this little landing that you arrive on, and the camp is old and disheveled, and the tents are falling apart, and the campfire's obviously not been used for quite some time, but somebody rested here at some point.
You find yourselves in a market.
And you find yourself suddenly in a ghost market.
Ooh.
Market.
And you notice that there actually is a chest in here.
Oh.
So, indications that people were here. Now there ain't no people.
Yeah.
How old does this place look? Like this?
So it's
campsite?
So there's like a sleeping roll missing. So one of the tents is torn from like either a branch or like a strong wind ripping it apart or
Or a
something like
beast.
that. It's obvious that somebody there was at least 2 tents here and some old formation of a campfire that just hasn't been used in a while. It could be a few days old, could be a week, could be a month. Can't quite tell. It's
I don't know
not
about you
quite.
guys, but I'm getting a really good feeling about this.
That makes one of us. Okay, I'd like to
That
look
was
in the
sarcasm.
Oh, okay. Right. I'm a little
Do we still
dense.
hear the voices, or does Hammer still hear conversation?
Yeah.
Can I
Do
open
we
the
hear
chest?
conversation?
Yeah.
I thought it was silent.
You guys are still able to hear yourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying... Got it. Now I'm with
Yeah.
you. Hammer looks around, kind of lost, and she's like, I could have sworn
was
that people were
an
here.
accident.
It may be the sound of like the waves, though, causing like the distortion of sound that sometimes water and
Sounds like
rocks
people.
cause. Yeah.
Can I open the chest?
Get fucking.
Yeah.
Poseidon, damn it! Like
Oh, I rolled a 2.
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies from this place, man.
GB heebies.
Yeah. Join the club, bro.
As you guys approach the chest, you start to hear whispering sounds as if they are voices or sounds in the wind that are just being distorted by different vibrations.
You had to go touch the chest.
You haven't touched the chest yet. You're just
Okay.
approaching it.
Cool. I don't think I want to open it anymore.
Undyne is watching you guys approach and
I'm
then
good.
suddenly stop, and she's like, "What?"
You, that. Do you not
Hear that?
hear that?
What?
Get a little closer.
She walks like with that like waving gesture. She walks with a waving gesture in her hands. As she gets closer to the chest, she shrugs at all of you and is berating you verbally. And she passes by you and she grabs the chest.
Ugh.
And Goromir, shut up. She turns to you.
I didn't say anything.
You hear it now, don't you?
And she looks back at the chest.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Rufus.
And the voices just slowly fade out
What the fuck?
to nothing. Then she's like,
When do they start fading?
just kind of on their own.
After how long?
A number of seconds, like at least 15 seconds of just pure silence. Yes.
Can I, sense for magic?
Yes.
Is she still touching it?
Yes, she's still.
That's a 4, but plus 11 is 15.
Yes.
There's magic. There's
Ample.
magic everywhere.
Ample.
And this whole place is a blanket of magic. That's what I'm afraid of.
What?
So how far... sorry, you first.
What time is it?
What time is it?
Yeah.
It's late afternoon.
Okay. That's what I had in my head, actually. It was
About 4 p.m.
convenient. Okay.
We're at like a campsite. We're not up at the castle.
Castle's up on high from you.
Well, it's probably the only place we're going to be able to find the supplies we need to do what we gotta do. Because I don't want to get on no rickety ass ship and sink.
Yep.
Hammer's like, we could like, I don't know, risk it. Just a thought. It's just a possibility.
I don't guess so.
Your ship and get out.
Well, I do have to say that
Get your shit
luckily,
together, Summer.
Me and Hammer do holy damage, which is extremely beneficial against spirits, I believe.
I haven't rested.
Neither have I.
I leveled up, so I'm full everything.
But
Okay.
I do have the. What's it
Wait,
called?
are you wounded? Like, do you have low HP?
Yeah, 14 out of 35.
Oh. Should have led with that a while ago.
Just noticing her like spraying
Actually,
blood.
I
And
totally meant to ask that earlier, and I was like waiting for a break in the conversation, and then I just straight forgot.
She's stubborn and a badass.
Wow, it fizzled. Cool, because I cast it again. Because not in combat. You heal for 16.
Thank you.
Does that put you at a better spot?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you should open the chest.
Undyne's over here, like, watching her heal her, and, like, Hammer's looking all disheveled and scared, and, like, you're arguing with holy damage, and she's looking at the time of day, and then she's told, you should open it. She's like, open what? Oh, right. And she opens it.
Mimic!
She looks in.
It was so funny. It'd be the best time for a fucking...
Unfortunately, she's like, there's nothing there. Like, seriously.
I sense magic inside the open chest. 2. Okay. So, it's an empty chest.
Yes.
Is there any obvious way to get up to the castle? Is there a path?
You can find a relatively easy slope to follow, like kind of around the island perimeter. Not quite the perimeter, but like you can. Yes, the simple answer is yes.
So,
You can find a way up the hill.
Castle, we believe, is going to be home to ship repairing supplies.
I think that a castle is the only logical place where they could store wood for many purposes, perhaps timber, and timber can be used.
Alright, well, let's go hunt for some timber. And if we encounter anything exceptionally nasty...
I'll kill it.
Which we
Great.
will.
I need to remove
Is
my
that not what you were going for?
Yeah, I'm just saying that we could also, we are at
Skedaddle.
liberty to leave if we wish.
True.
Liberty.
Unless the ship sinks.
Well, we could always just go chill on the ship until morning. I don't know why that seems to help, but I like morning.
That is a possibility for you guys to do. To chill on the ship until morning.
Oh no, I want to go try and fix this shit now. The wait till morning
Yeah.
thing is fallback.
No, I don't think being here at night is a good idea, personally. But that's
yeah,
just me. I don't think
this-
being here at all is a good idea, but we have to fix the dam.
Well then,
So,
I would like to get behind Agate as she leads the way with her sword out.
Yeah, have fun.
As we leave the little
Nice sword.
campsite, can
Burn
I
it to the
cast
ground.
fire at the little fire pit?
Yes, you may.
cool. Aesthetically pleasing.
Burn MP on that.
Yes.
You can zap it. It's,
Oh,
Doesn't
yes.
burn,
Okay.
You can zap it with your flame magic, and it burns into a nice little bonfire.
Cool.
But there's very few pieces of wood left, so it's just like... And it comes down to like a campfire level, and you know it'll burn out relatively soon. Do you meditate here, like in Dark Souls, or like...
No, it's not bonfire
I
status.
just got my fix, is all I...
Got
You
it.
feel
No,
better now?
I feel... Yes, thank you.
Gotta say,
If we met new people, I haven't burned them yet. I'll have to burn something. Oh, thank God.
Exactly.
Jesus. I'm surprised I didn't think of it earlier, but I want to see what happened in the past around the campfire. I know
Okay.
looking into the past is more difficult. But, yeah, I want to know what happened here. I want to see if any of the voices that we heard would make sense around the campfire.
I believe this will be your last ability to check for the day.
I was going to say, I did it at the shore, I did it here, and then I did it 2 other times before we disembarked from Narn, and...
But you only have a max of 4. I think you've done it 3 times previous. I will give you this one. And then just to make sure.
I would say, I believe this one it would be my 4th one.
Yes, okay.
Because before we left Narn, when we got on the ship, before we were attacked, I did it.
Yes.
And then
Just recently.
just
here.
recently, and then now at the campsite. 19.
Okay.
You see
What happened at the
You see
Campsite.
a tale very similar to the ones that you are living out right now. That at some point a ship arrived here with a lot of people. At least 30 people, edging on 40, maybe 50, that all arrived here because they needed supplies, they were running out of food, whatever. They weren't quite sure how far away from Narn they were, and they were trying to restock. And one by one, people started going missing, and there came to a search party of about 20 people that went up to the castle, and then you just hear silence over the island.
Creepy.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Undyne is watching you like divine all of this by like via the stars, and she gets really close to you, and you see all this, and she's like, "So what happened?"
I
You
just
open your eyes, it's
abbreviate
just
it
right there.
to something bad and mysterious happened here in the past. I don't like it.
Something we can beat.
The something that we can beat that you're hinting at, I did not receive a vision of. However, I'm confident in our abilities together.
You mean mine?
And mine.
I'm only level 4.
I guess my abilities do amplify yours, so yes, that does make sense.
And vice versa.
Oh, get a room.
Luckily, there's a castle up there, so that might help.
Mage light.
Mage light.
Okay.
You notice that as you guys are walking, and twilight is becoming more and more twilish as the sun goes down. Mage lights become very helpful as there is no carved out path up to the castle. You're just doing the best that you can. Undyne summons her 4 spears that do illuminate a little bit, so that she makes like 2 rows of them, like one spear after another, and then the same on the other side, to like keep you guys from falling off a cliff face. So they're like basically like handrails, but don't touch them, and is helping guide you along the way. Hammer is behind all of you, kind of like as a firm, like, I'll back you guys up, don't worry about it. But if you ever look back and look at her, she's like rubbing her knuckles over her very large bosom. As you guys make your way up to the castle.
Yeah, and seeing as how I imagine that Undyne and I are relatively close together, I'm going to summon my Mage Light, which is blue,
Thanks.
and keep it over Hammer.
Because I'm leading, but I don't have mage lights.
I'll walk in the front with you then.
Cool.
I have a mage light. I'll just cast it. in the
Thanks,
middle.
bruh.
You guys are a
That's
Cool.
glowing... You
We're
guys...
beacons.
You guys are
Come find us.
Yeah.
the parade of lights from Disneyland.
Hi, spirits. We're super happy to be here.
Possess me.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Light parade music.
Oh no.
Okay, fine, I won't do it.
That's fine.
Alright. As you guys are walking.
God, that's creepy.
Blah.
I know, very Lord of the Rings.
You are hearing the voices as if they are coming up from the water that you can see down off the cliff. It's like they're coming over the flatland. It's as if they're coming all around you and through you. And they're like trying really hard to... What?
They're like,
Nothing.
I was thinking of the character from Thor Ragnarok. She went giggity hearing through you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just thinking of
Purely
Korg from
innocent.
Thor Ragnarok just going, piss off, ghost! So, I'm sorry, I was trying to keep it together. Then I look over and I see Taylor looking at me like,
Alright.
he's freaking gone. Sorry. Oh, creepy ghosts.
You are getting the impression... Actually, give me cunning check.
This was the worst idea.
Really?
Yeah.
4.
18 plus 2.
Damn.
The impression that the 3 of you get, sorry, Angoromir, is that the voices are not just, like, they're not taunting, they're not teasing. It's like they're trying to tell you something.
Can I stop and like focus really hard and see if I can hear him better? kind of check is that?
It'll be a true check.
Mental prowess.
Can I do mental prowess?
Yes.
Then I will take that roll and just add my magic because I would be cheating otherwise. So 16.
I say, there's no fucking timber in the castle, you stupid ass.
Sail away. Get on the shoot.
There is one word that becomes prominently through the breeze, and that word is free.
Free beer? Great.
No, they want us to free them.
Oh, there you are being assumptive. There's clearly free beer in the castle.
I mean,
I like that better.
Jenny thinks that's great, but I'm trying to be my character.
You guys are now at the castle
Dilly
gates.
dilly.
The gates are torn off the hinges and are just laying on.
It's open. Actually, it's very convenient.
The dead know it, and they shall keep it.
sorry.
The way is definitely not shut.
Oh my god.
Lay back. Go for it, you damn hoodlums.
Sorry, I'm really proud of myself for that last one. I'm not gonna lie.
The way is clearly ajar.
The door is ajar. Is it a door or a jar?
Lord of the Shui.
Only the true king can
Return
solve
of
this
the
riddle.
If the voice is getting louder or anything?
The voices have changed.
Oh.
These ones are saying,
Mental prowess. 21.
He will free us.
Well, I'm out. I got the wrong tackle.
the only male on the island right now is at Cormier.
Yeah.
these voices seem very backwards, as if they're trying to say, earf.
You are the only man.
Please make that the name of the episode.
As you make your way into the foyer, you are noticing that quite a few.
The Isle of Earf. It's free backwards. Earf.
Hey, sweetheart. Do you not like the?
Noises
One of the
only
characters,
dogs here.
indeed, you know, just named Earf.
God, you're right now.
Oh god, that killed me. Whoa.
F-shaped ears.
Ugh.
You're so proud right now.
Oh, I am man.
As you
Amen.
enter the foyer, Undyne kind of does a whirlwind kind of effect on her with her spears to see if there's like anything hanging above you guys, like any sort of attack or danger around. And there's nothing. They hit nothing. And you notice that there are several cobblestones missing out of the walls and in the ground, and like this place looks disheveled. It looks like it's either been picked clean or just withered away with time and with salt water and yada yada. The voices are thick in here with 2 C's. And
And the K.
there is a set of doors directly ahead of you, and there's some like hither and thither along the walls, and there's like a staircase leading upwards, but that's broken. But the overall magical feeling here, as if there's like this current of energy that's like flowing around the islands. Just go with me here. The current seems to be pushing you towards that set of double doors, but it's not like you're being forced in there.
I'm still laughing at Earf.
I'm
I was
confused
gonna say
about
something about like free will, but I was like, yeah, guys, we could leave. We have Earf will.
This place is creepy.
Oh man.
I don't like it.
Oh, I'm so tired and everything's hilarious.
Free will backwards would be a little weird.
You guys have all done the thing where you like say your name backwards, right?
Yeah,
like,
Fedge.
Fedge. Yeah. And what about
Actually, Jeffrey would be Ear Fedge.
what about your last name?
Legalif.
Legalif.
Oh,
Mine's Frodnetso. Frodnetso Rovert.
That's great.
Pretty roll yet.
What?
It was roll yet.
Rolyat. Ekmer. Ekmer would be a great D&D character name.
I like that.
8.
Rolyat Ekmer. Well, there you go. If your dude dies, that's your backup.
So I always try and pronounce things backwards the way it's pronounced frontwards. So like Taylor would have a long A sound at the end. It'd be like roylate, but it'd be relate because you say Taylor. Relate. It'd be relate.
Relate.
Hashtag relatable.
Hey, it gets the emphasis, so it'd be relate. Taylor, relate.
I still like Rolyat.
Yeah.
So creepy.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He
I
did me.
don't like it.
If you did like it, we would worry.
Well,
So we're going in,
To the
right?
double doors.
I mean, yeah.
Dumbledore.
How do you open the double doors?
I thought they were torn open.
The main doors are open, but now that you're in the foyer, there's another set of smaller double doors.
That's right. It's making
Clearly with mental
lightsabers.
prowess from afar.
I'm gonna bang it open with my foot.
16.
He rolled first. You open the double doors easily, and as you do so, the sound of this female voice gets louder, and you hear very distant, echoey little tap taps in the pace of footsteps.
Like 1 set, 2 set, 3 set, blue set.
Dr. Seuss comes through the doors. And it's it's one set. One set of feet. And as you're watching, it does not take long. There's a very short person making their way towards you, standing quite with good posture. And you can see easily from a distance, based on the pigtails, that it is a little girl. Standing
Oh.
standing very pale in the growing moonlight.
Was that her footsteps that we heard? Okay.
She's,
Just wanna
she's
make sure it was
approaching you.
connected.
Is she like see through it all?
Did the voices seem to be coming from her?
This one does.
So she's just like,
Her mouth seems to be still.
oh, I just know I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna mental prowess the little girl and see if I get a read. Spectacles, testicles, bullet, and watch. 21.
You hear emptiness.
Oh my.
Have I ever heard emptiness from a person before?
No.
Hey guys. I'm not sure if you could tell, but that shit is fucked.
Hammer begins to weep.
Oh no.
And Undyne, upon hearing Hammer's weeping, sends a spear out
Uh-oh.
and skewers the little girl through. And she falls instantly. She falls to the ground and her body falls apart. Because Undyne was closer to the front and she had quite good vision on it. The body was decaying. And quite literally zombie-ish.
Zombesque.
Zombesque.
A lobster bisque.
Arabesque.
Zombesque. 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 Esque. Well, shall we proceed through the doors now?
You may.
Not
I
it.
walk forward.
I follow.
I'll go after them.
There is a ringing, then, with the absence of the little girl's voice, off through this corridor. And as you step over this little girl's decaying body, you feel yourself having to resist, like, squirming as you proceed through. Yes?
Can I tap Pyra on the shoulder and just kind of be like, you want to...
I'll zap her.
You will actually have to cast fire for this one.
If you want to.
Yeah, I want to.
The little girl's body mutely goes up in flames, and none of you look back.
Just didn't want to have something coming behind us, potentially.
With the flames of the girl's body, and your continuously glowing lights, and the 3 spears above Undyne, the hallway should not feel so dark. And yet it feels dark. You still cannot see the end, and as you are making your way forward, you feel like this entire castle is sort of pressing down on you. There is a feeling of omnipotence? Ever-presence?
Omnipotence is all power, so...
There's a feeling of omnipotence as you're proceeding further and further into this place.
It's just like an all-powerful sensation already. Ew, that's
And
impressive
there's
as fuck.
there's sudden feelings of like sounds that you've been kind of like nullified with. There, like there's whispering, there's like this ringing, there's the sounds of possible this or that, and now things are echoing around you from like coming towards you and then coming back around you, like that actually. This cacophony of random sounds just sort of jars you and then vanishes, and then there's voices, and then it stirs up again. It's like this pulsing thing that's this chaotic energy that keeps coming and going around you guys. And Undyne, you can see, even though she's this hardened, bitchy, fishy Gorgon gal, is having a hard time keeping her hand steady. There is eventually an opening, and she instantly has her spears like splay out to create the most light, and you're in this cathedral-like hall. And there's pews that are quite well maintained, actually, hinting at
Dry wood.
recent
Occupation?
occupation. By the way, someone at work today compared me to Sherlock, and I was like, that is the highest praise I think I've ever received. Not really, but I'm just
Cool.
for a sense of hyperbole. Anyway,
What's at the end of the cathedral hall?
you can't tell from this distance.
Is it foggy or just dark?
It's dark.
Okay.
Are there any,
How
like,
far can I send him? Sorry, you first.
Are there any inscriptions on the wall? Like gods or goddesses
Yes.
symbols?
It is an ancient Greek language.
Oh. Cool.
Do any of us recognize that language?
Common?
All of you give me D20 lore checks to see if any of you have exposure to this language.
19.
I should. I'm a million years old. Oh, 7.
In this dialect, no.
15.
15. So Pyra and Angoramir have seen this before and may recognize a few characters, and so you are aware that this language is associated with worship, specifically to the original Olympians,
I.e. the Titans?
i.e. the Big Three.
Big 3.
And for our listeners, the Big Three are Zeus,
Poseidon,
Poseidon, and
Hades.
Hades.
Yeah, but how far away can I send my mage light? Does it just hover over me, or does it have a distance?
So it has a distance, but you can... I typically say as far as you can still see it. But depending on how far that actually is, I may say, no, you cannot send it over the ocean. So...
My idea was to send my mage light to the other side of this cathedral to try and get some line of sight,
Okay.
assuming that the rest of my party's light would be enough to keep around us visible.
You may send it out to the other side of this hall within... So you can still see it, and you can still see what... You can now see what's at the end. There is a podium. There's like 4 steps that lead up to this staging area. There's a podium with a stone statue that's like overly large of a... Or I'm saying the wrong words. Is a statue of a helm that is overly large, meaning that it would not fit on a human head
On the podium.
on the podium. Everyone give me another lore check.
14.
16.
16.
All of you
Damn.
know that one of the most prominent symbols of Hades is a helm.
Yep.
Specifically, his own.
I'm gonna tap one of the pews with my sword just to make sure it's real. Like,
It tinks.
Tink, tink, tink.
I think we found our wood, guys. I kind of make this face like,
Yeah.
lots of wood
Yeah.
right here. Let's get it all.
Cursed wood.
Kind of want to keep going further in.
Yeah, me too.
Cursed
How's
wood
this?
doesn't bode well for a
Hammer
helpful ship.
Hammer likes your idea and tries to lift one of the pews, and they're bolted to the ground. She's like, we can break them, but it won't really be that much help.
Right. Well,
I want to go check out the helm, guys. Sorry. I really want to go look at that.
why are you so curious about Hades' helm?
I'm just going to gesture to all the noise and be like, I gotta know.
You think it's linked to the sounds that we're hearing?
Do you not?
I think it's a coincidence.
Well, I'm going to go find out.
Okay.
Coincidences.
I can't stand not knowing.
Hmm.
I have to know. And I'm going to start very cautiously making my way up. I'm going to recall my light back to me and start making my way across the cathedral real slow.
As you make your way downtown, you are
Walking
noticing that there is nothing interfering with your progress. There's no cobwebs. There's no additional little girls. There's no ghosts or apparitions.
Additional little girl.
There are, however,
Supplemental children.
the cacophony continues to thrum above you and around you, and Undyne follows stoically behind you. I imagine the rest of you do as well. Yar?
Yes.
Yar? Okay. Hammer does as well. And you make your way up to the helm. What do you do to it?
First, I'm going to sense for magic. $28.
You know that this item in front of you itself is not magical.
Symbolic, maybe. What's around the podium? Anything?
There are, so against the wall, it's a bit concave. Oh, that's the right word. But it goes into the wall a little bit to allow for some.
It's like a little mini alcove.
Yeah, it's an alcove where there's some little pedestals with candles on them that are quite tall and used. They're all out right now, and there's a book in the middle of all those candles in the very center, directly behind the helm, and it is sealed. There's also a chest in front of it.
I'd like to look at the book before I look at the chest.
The book is of thick leather, and in this darkness you can't quite tell what type of hide it is made out of. It is bound with a tassel.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume human.
Yeah, that's what That was my first thought.
So even with my mage light right next to it, I can't really get much of a read on it. It's like the thing's making noise, and it's just like, thank you.
But that elongated ha was ha.
Can I open the book?
You may. As you flip the cover open, it bends very easily and almost fragilely, but stays together. And if you keep your mage light really close, it's the same type of runes all around you. Yeah, I'm unfortunately going to have to say that you don't understand any of it. So I will say that you are suspecting it either being a journal or like an ancient rite kind of thing. Like it's either an ancient like prayer book or a recent journal, but can't tell. Yes.
Does it have any magical properties?
I will say that they are dormant in the sense that like it has been in the presence of such magical energies for so long.
But it's not like a spell book or
Yes,
some shit.
exactly.
Surprisingly, only the 5th character on each page is magical.
It's code. What does "meh" mean?
I'm sorry,
But
what?
it's magical, yeah.
Magical. Does the chest look intact?
Yes.
Can I mental prowess?
You open it quite easily, and Undyne is just like, whoa, 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 whoa. And it opens, and she's like, oh, that is not as difficult as I thought it would be. Okay.
A very small
Mind
version of
powers.
Hades just crawls out of the chest. Like,
Hey, what the hell, man? I
guys."
was sleeping.
Sorry.
There is a bunch of black ore in here, as well as a tightly rolled scroll that was like diligently placed on top,
Joint.
bigger and not so tightly bound. But yeah,
Sorry. Tahoe did things to me, man. The ore, do we recognize it?
give me lore checks.
Obsidian.
Onyx. Onyx.
Wow, Myra.
16.
17.
So then Dionysia, Pyra, and Agate all recognize it, and so does Undyne as Stygian iron.
I'm a Percy Jackson nerd. Is that shit particularly valuable?
Undyne says, that is metal from the underworld.
So that's a yes?
Yeah,
Sweet.
Metal from the underworld, that stuff?
yes.
Stygian, it's the river Styx.
Hammer loudly, like louder than you've heard her talk, said, and it echoes around the entire cathedral. She says, don't touch it.
I'm
Like
with
in a
her.
very
I'm just like-
commanding tone.
I'm with her.
Do you actually touch it?
No, hell no. I was pretending like I was reaching for it and like stopped.
I'm with her.
Like pulled my hand back.
Everybody give me a character check of Hammer.
Like getting a read on them.
Yes.
Could I bet the pros?
Yes, actually.
14.
21.
I got an 11.
2.
You, with your exposure to her, I'm giving you a bonus with that 14. You know that she is a pious person. That she has some sort of background of being a sister of something, some sort of monastery or whatever,
okay.
some sort of collective. Your mental prowess says that she was a priestess, a young priestess that wasn't quite there of rank of Apollo. And the dark terrifies her.
Oh, right. Opposite of light.
What does it do to you if you touch it?
She shakes her head, and you can tell it's not the shake of a head like that's a stupid question. It's a shake of a head like I don't know, but we shouldn't chance it.
You probably don't want to know.
I want to know.
I want a staff made of it.
Kinda.
That does healing.
What the fuck the healing?
You guys don't have a healer anymore.
How big is the chest?
A child could fit into it.
Way to give him ideas. Weirdo.
Place the Stygian iron with children. Kind of.
That's
I want to close the chest and take it with us.
Oh, you cannot lift it.
Oh, boo.
No, we don't want to take
It weighs millions, billions pounds.
So accurate, a number.
You may take slabs of it with you if you want. But you can't lift the whole thing.
I'm trying to think if there's a way that I could take some without touching it. I don't think I have anything in my inventory for that. Poopy.
You can wrap it in my house banner if you want.
Nah, it smells like beryllium.
What if it jostles free? Let's just not take it.
But it's valuable and I want to know about it.
Sometimes a
Says the
price
one that almost opens
isn't
the
worth-
random
I'm-
chest with the whispering voices.
I'm literally gonna do the thing, you know, like when like people are like no, and where someone comes out of the conversation
And
of
just
people saying no,
touches
no, like oh don't be ridiculous, and I'm gonna actually like grab my house banner and be like here, I'm gonna start like wrapping one up.
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap one of the slabs You said it was ore, so is it like loose,
Yes.
crumbly gravel crap?
There's some, but actually there's quite a few good whole chunks of it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take one big
Sorry.
chunk of it, wrap it up in the banner as carefully as
Nice
possible,
slap. Now we
obviously.
can upgrade things.
But like quick enough to like kind of like make a point like, oh, don't be here.
Cool.
I'm gonna hound a perennium scented wrap of Stygian slabby goodness.
Oh, Stygian iron.
Yeah. I could see that you
Wrapped.
just really, really want it. So here,
In perennia. Just kidding, I'm not gonna write that bit. Okay. I'm gonna take the book too.
The scroll. Oh, you want the book? Got it.
The scroll
Okay.
too then.
Okay.
Because I forgot about the scroll. Can the scroll be read, or is it in the same?
You may open it up.
scroll of meteor. Oh God!
It's hard to make out.
Diablo 3.
Let me try to find the right words. This one is handwritten in common.
Oh, that's convenient.
The way is shiny.
No.
Oh, that's right. It's open.
In the silence, I'm gonna set this up a little bit like a slight cutscene, very very short. But you open it, and everyone like waits for you to read it aloud, and you don't. So I'm giving you the choice to read it aloud after you read it yourself or not.
Okay.
But as Pyra is waiting for you to decide on that, you hear, or you specifically hear, Pyra.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I definitely look around startled.
You look to your left naturally because you hear the voice coming off to the left in the cathedral, and all you see is the yonder wall, yards off, and darkness. But as you look on, and just like that, I haven't been able to make out any words yet.
With the chords.
I haven't been able to make out any words yet. I'm probably just making it up. You hear it again. Pyra.
But it's in the voice of James Woods. Weird.
I
Does
got
anyone else
nothing.
hear that?
Do you say that loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
My name.
Do we?
No, you do not.
Have you been here before?
Not that I can remember.
In dreams?
Ugh. Did you hear that?
I'm assuming we didn't hear that. No.
No.
What is it saying? Your name?
Just my name.
I'll call out to it.
Yes?
It might be friendly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
It hasn't killed
The
us
scroll
yet.
says, efforts are slow. It is lonely here. I have found the iron, and I have found the circle. If I make it back, they will come back. But they are around me. It is my fault that we are here. And I have forsaken everything that I have believed to fix my mistake. I must undo the wrong that I have given to all of my people. They are judging me in the dark. I can hear them. But I will bring you home. They are coming.
Ooh. Is there a circle on the floor?
No.
Okay.
Did you read it out loud?
I'm like reading it while Pyra's hearing her voice or hearing her name. I'm like waiting for that to kind of not to add to things,
Not to be that guy.
but I'm gonna then I'll read it out loud.
You guys all hear or read the words. And as you like look around, and it's just like kind of exasperatedly like, what have we really gotten ourselves into? Like, where are we? As you're kind of like exasperatedly looking around, you see that Hammer is halfway down the cathedral, like hardly able to stand any of this.
Oh shoot, she needs to come back. Is she by herself?
not totally by herself, but she's like halfway down the pews from you guys.
Okay.
What's she doing?
I'm actually going to...
Shaking her head and like touching her cheeks and like rubbing her forehead and temples and like covering her ears because she doesn't like the sounds.
I'm going to leave the rest of the party immediately and go just try and comfort her. And like ask her things like do you like it when I have my light above you and like I'm here, like stuff like that.
I like it when his sun is above me and I can actually believe in that light. Not to shame what you can manifest, but it's not holy light.
That's fair. Would you like to be alone?
I think I should go step outside.
No.
Well, I mean, I think we're mostly done in here. Would you mind waiting for the rest of us just a moment?
I'm gonna go ahead and put the Stygian iron back.
You're gonna put the Stygian iron back?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of like in the wrap and the Gormir, I just kind of like let it flat out without touching it. Tank. You can have these back, thank you.
No, I'm over with.
You can have these back, thank you.
Your voice echoes super loud around the cathedral to the point where you're just like you Pyra, just like, can you shush? I'm trying to. Pyra, that.
You don't hear that.
If Hammer keeps walking, I'm literally following her.
She's not walking. She's actually like finding solace in the fact that you're nearby.
Okay, cool.
What is the circle? What were they talking about with the circle?
I don't see one in here. I've been looking. Maybe I'm not looking in the right place.
Are you guys actively looking around the cathedral? Because I thought you guys were all on the podium or all around the podium.
I want to start looking all around the cathedral.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm with Hammer, but I'm very transfixed on making her better.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a step towards where I feel like your voice is coming from.
Okay. Everybody, give me cunning checks.
6.
15.
5 plus 2.
13.
And Goromir, you are noticing where everybody is going. You're noticing that Undyne is making her way back towards the exit just to look around to see if you guys missed something.
So she's in the other room. The first room?
No.
No, she's at the exit of this
of the
room.
cathedral.
Oh,
like
got
by
it.
the hallway exit.
Got it.
Yeah, okay.
Got it.
Jenny, you don't notice anything. So if Pyra went towards the voice where she thinks the voice came, I was imagining that Jenny went the opposite direction. And I'm going to say that, Trevor, you ventured around the pews like to look at the pillars to see if there's any like switches or signs or buttons or anything like that at all. Any sign of anything. And neither of you find anything. Pyra finds a door.
Ooh.
Door.
A hidden door?
Dow!
I call out to everyone.
What do you call out? Dow!
Door.
Door. Door. Door.
You guys now know there's a door. It is not ajar.
It is a door.
There's something over here.
Is currently closed. Please come back in the morning.
No, thank you.
Undyne does not wait for you guys, but sprints over and rips the door open.
No, geez.
Hey.
Pirate just steps back. Okay.
I'm okay with that.
I'm tense.
I thought it was
Oops.
Take him.
I'm switching the sound.
Was it a YouTube ad?
Yeah.
I hate that. I mean, we love you, YouTube.
There are new sounds, similar but different, that are coming up from the staircase that is leading downward.
Do you still hear your name?
Not at the moment.
Oh god. Maybe it was a magical talking door.
The door needs you. Shit.
The door was a mimic.
You guys ever heard the classic D&D joke? So an adventuring party walks into a tavern, and they all have their weapons on their
yeah.
backs, and the bartender says, "Hey, why do you guys walk around with your weapons everywhere?" And the barbarian responds, "Mimics." The bartender laughed, the party laughed, the table laughed, they killed the table, everybody had a good time. So what is this? Just like where are we now? On the other side of this door? Is it another room? Is it a hallway?
It is a dark staircase leading downward. That's it.
I'm gonna send my mage light down for as long as I can, I suppose.
Okay.
Until I see something or it hits like.
As you guys, as you lower your mage light down this corridor, you can see the stairs curl to the right, out of sight. And as you're stepping your way down, she's playing in the other room. That's why I can hear her. I like listening to her play. You were disconcerted because
Lots of things.
the echoey sounds that you heard in the cathedral have also muted. And now there's these sounds that are distinctly farther off. But they're coming up to you. I want you all to give me a true check.
Roll my left hand.
Saving.
I need to not roll with my left hand. 4.
13.
8.
And Goromir and Undyne at the same time start to understand they've been guided here from by the voices. That
They meaning just those two specifically?
No, all of you have been guided
Yeah.
Gotcha.
by these voices. If that was ever in doubt, I'm saying it bluntly
Oh,
now.
got it.
Undyne is now saying aloud, like,
We've been following
they want us to
noise.
come further in.
Yeah.
Whatever these things are, they are sentient.
That's what we did originally. Instead of going up the stairs, we went across the room with where the little girl came out of.
Yep.
Why are we doing this?
Why
Because
not?
you're all cats and curious.
I was gonna say,
Why not?
Dionysio's curious,
I'm like already like I got like 1 foot down. I'm like,
and we're looking for wood, but this wood's bolted
Were
down.
we not?
I mean,
Okay, just go. Just go. Be brave.
don't worry, you can burn shit.
Good grief, it's true.
That's
I
true.
am still with Hammer.
Hammer is unwilling to leave Undyne, so she will make her way forward.
Great.
Okay, good. 'Cause I don't want
Time to purify some heathens.
separate.
I am going to stay behind Hammer to kind of like watch her back, so to speak, if that helps her.
Okay, healer in the front. Here we go.
As you make your way down the stairs, it is a serpentine-like structure
Serpentine.
that goes back and forth like switchbacks, always going down. Always going down. And then eventually the switchbacks change into a very strange flow. Like, it's almost like you're walking in a figure 8, and then around into a circle.
What the hell?
It starts to become very discombobulating, but it's like, who the hell built this? What does this mean? And also, when does this end? Until eventually it does. You guys are on a straight shot, going down and down and down, just like an arrow, straight down. Until eventually you realize that for a while now, the stairs have been changing to slick marble instead of crude stone. And the voices in the distance are still distant, yet they're more, they're less about bothering you. They're less about like saying, "Hey, come over here," or like, "Be aware of us." They're more like, "You're here now. Can you do something about this?" So they're kind of like leaving you alone, but they're like off in the distance, keeping an eye on you. And you're entering this very large room, similar to a cathedral, but it's even bigger. So I want you to imagine if you guys had ever played like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood or something and seen the very, very large cathedrals in that, or just to imagine like some sort of governmental hall that's very, very tall and long.
Okay.
It's meant to be ostentatious. It's meant to be impressive. That's what you're in right now. Okay?
How far underground are we?
You can't tell, but quite far.
So this is like the scene in Fellowship of the Ring when they step into Dwar of Delph and
Yeah, kind of.
Gandalf kind of lights it up and you see the gigantic, underground but massively high ceiling kind of
Yes.
shindig. Cool. Is everything like all? I'm imagining it all being like onyx and obsidian and.
Yes, except there is a fair amount of what you can tell was once white marble, but is now gone down in color because of like whatever reason, dark magic, age, lack of polish, whatever. But there is a fair amount of natural Stygian iron in here that has been carved into ornate fixtures. There is... Let me get it up. Hold on. Shut up, Trevor.
I tried not to. I didn't try very hard, but I tried not to.
Get it up.
Tell you about hard.
That's a problem. 1 in 5.
Okay. You can see that there are images of scepters, a horn of plenty. There are different hellhound scratches along the walls. There is skulls everywhere.
Cool.
There is a dripping sound somewhere. And there's also this definite hum of like a slight breeze or wind at the end of this long hall. And you actually start to hear a voice that is definitely different than the rest of them because it is present. It is thorough. Meaning it's like one of yours.
Oh.
Meaning someone tangible is down here.
Oh my.
Now, do we think... This is Trevor talking, not Dionysia. Do we think this is the guy that wrote the journal? Or are we about to
think
just
it's Hades.
fucking step in on Hades? Yeah.
He's
I think would
chilling.
Hades just be chilling there without...
Can we hear what the voice is saying?
He's
That's
deeply
present?
misunderstood.
You are hearing some sort of ancient language that is
Maybe.
being spoken like an enchantment, or like a yeah. So like
Well,
Tituba is
yeah.
casting something ridiculous. Yeah.
Since Hammer isn't comforted by my light anyway, I'm going to send it forward.
I'll stay close with the group with my light, if that helps her at all.
As you guys are making your way even further, there is a humanoid or some sort of figure shrouded in some sort of dark cloak for ambiance, and their hands are up, and they are humanoid hands. And just beyond them, it looks like there is the beginning of a beach or a shore that is like going down into something. And the closer you get, you are seeing that whatever is like beginning just at their feet is moving slowly, like in a circular
Ew.
motion. And it's in it's in a shape of a circle. And
Oh my.
it's huge. It is a massive, massive circle. And whatever's inside it is somewhere between like gas and liquid that's just churning. Like a very, very large, dark pensieve.
So, Trevor thought this fucker's messing with the river Styx.
From what you can tell, this is not a river. It is a singular pool of very large, dark energy, maybe. Magica.
The tributary
Don't know.
sticks.
Tributary Styx.
I'm actually speak and say,
Don't be touching any of that shit.
Yo, motherfucker.
no, I'm going to say, excuse me,
Excuse me.
I understand,
Do you know the
and
way
I'm
to
under
use eBay?
I'm under the impression that you are aware of our presence.
Oh, very good.
Hello.
On Jower.
His hands immediately go down, and he turns and he whirls around. You can't quite make out his face from here.
You didn't see all the extra light. Don't act surprised.
He was very focused on what he was doing, so your presence is actually shocking.
Oh, if I see him like shocked,
However,
I would say, sorry to break a concentration there.
Cutscene.
Hello there.
So before you can say another word, he turns towards you and like gestures a hand towards you like this. And before all of you is the skittering of several bones that all sort of formulate into several skeletons. And they all start going like
Oh, yeah.
at
You're
you
a
all.
terrible host.
And he puts his hand down. Well, I'm trying to act it out. So, like, he was doing his thing, and then he turned around, and he did that, and he sees the skeletons forming, and he's like... And he goes back to what he was doing. The skeletons all start, like, clattering towards you. As if they all have, like, appendicitis or something.
Oof, ouch.
Without the appendicitis.
What do you all do?
Well, have to attack.
Right. I'm
They're
gonna
just bones.
zap one of them.
Okay.
11 damage.
11 damn.
Arcane. Arcany.
Alright. Pyro, you're next.
I'm gonna zap the same one for 10 damage.
That one has an arm fall off and starts screaming, but it's a skeleton, so it's like. Undyne shoots one of her spears at it and destroys it in one hit.
How many are there?
3 more.
Okay.
Millions. Well, I mean, that was range phase, so I can't do anything else.
It's your turn.
Okay, am I close enough to...
You may run up to one.
I do that.
What do you do to it?
I would like to...
Kiss it.
Smack that.
Oh, that's gross. Smack that, kiss some mouth. I would like to cut off its head with my sword. Oh, I got a 10.
You attack its
Plus
ribcage.
7.
Deal damage.
No. Oh! 14.
I'm glad I opened my eyes right then.
Okay, 14. And Boromir.
Are the skeletons holding anything?
No.
I'm gonna run up and attack the same one that Agate attacked, and I am not gonna use my just regular attack. 10 as well, plus 6 and all that jazz.
Hit.
I rolled a 2 plus. Oh, there we go. Okay, 14 damage.
Hammer passes her turn out of fear. Pyra, you were dealt 6 damage. Undyne is dealt 8. And Boromir, you were dealt 4
From what?
from a physical altercation.
Was it a single attack?
Yes.
Okay.
And as you are attacked, the moment after you are smacked across the whatever, you hear the whisper of your name again. This time from behind you.
I'll spin around and see.
So you're getting hit by the skeleton and then instantly turning around.
Yeah.
Okay. You see nothing.
The fuck?
Play your face. It is technically your turn.
My turn?
Yes. Because we're now in melee.
Well,
you have the higher
fuck.
dex.
That's right, I do.
Dexterities.
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 I would like to heroic strike a skeleton, please.
Okay.
Wait, which one?
One without any damage.
What? Oh, one without. Okay, got it.
18.
That hits.
Rolls like 7. I got it. Cool.
Damage.
25.
25 damage.
Yes.
God.
It checks out.
All right.
Yeah, it did, because I did it right.
Undyne grabs one of her spears in midair, leaps, and stabs the
Sick.
initial one that's been hurt a lot through the chest and drives it into the ground. And then
Cool.
stands up, and the spear dissipates, and she resummons 4 more. So she resummons 3 more, so she's back up to 4. Your turn.
You said it stands back up?
She stands back up.
Oh, so that one died, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. So the one that Aga attacked, I'm going to follow up with an attack of my own.
Oh, that's mine. Just kidding.
If your character's like really like
No.
like this one's
Like,
mine, I
don't
will
touch.
attack a different one if you want.
Nope.
Alright.
Time might come for that, but it is not right now.
That would be
It's just a dumb stuff.
that was just a regular attack. So it's not a crit. Damn.
Too legit to crit.
So it'll be 13. 13 damage. It's my lowest damage.
To the same one as her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she changed targets, and I'm going to attack that one.
You kill it. There's only one left.
Super duper.
Ranged.
Say yep.
Zap for 11.
Yep.
Fire it.
Yeah, I'll zap 2 for 10.
It's not worth the MP at the moment.
Skeleton shell.
And then Hammer, seeing her friends destroy several of them so easily, she's like, God, I'm sorry. And then zaps, and it gets destroyed too. As you see the four skeletons burst and become dust and actually start to disintegrate into the marble, Pyra, you whispered to, like, directly behind your right ear, Pyra. And it's urgent now, like, annoyed almost, like, why aren't you looking at me?
I'll turn towards the voice.
You see your mom.
Oh.
Suddenly
I'm
emotion.
and you see her, and you turn, and you turn, you see her, and you react with like a, but then as soon as like you get your bearings, you don't see her anymore. But she was there, like you can swear it. She was right there.
Reach out.
If you reach out into the nothing, into the open air, you feel nothing. Temperature is no different. You don't smell sulfur. There's no ghost-like activity going on. The Ghost Adventure Squad doesn't come in. Like, it's, yeah.
Get your shit together, Pyra. Just kidding.
I don't... Did none of you see
What's the matter? Did you see a ghost?
Yes, actually.
Is this in the place for it?
Excuse me. Why did you summon skeletons? We're not here to fight. We're not necessarily stranded, but we're in hopes of acquiring wood to fix our ship.
The cacophony around you guys has gotten louder, so you're actually having to shout through other noise.
Great, I shout so loud.
The activity from the pool is rising out, like almost like a thin pillar of energy out. And you are having to basically shout through this fog of dark energy through to him. And he hears you saying something, and he shouts something back that all of you have to do a cunning check to see if you can perceive it.
The voices, God is here.
16.
God, you.
18.
8 plus 2.
Alright, 16.
18.
So everyone but Agate, I'm so sorry. Everyone but Egg hears it.
Don't call me Egg.
It's Undyne.
Hey, at.
Did Undyne hear it? Where's my 20?
At.
Go. Right in front of me. Undyne did not hear it. Hammer dead. The four of you hear, you must not interfere.
Oh, I mean...
Oh, for Poseidon's sake, who are you? What are you doing?
Willpower check.
Poseidon's sake.
A 4 plus 6 is 10.
He did not hear your words. And through the
I
Maximum.
mean, I want to interfere now.
there is some glowing like little specters that come out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then come back down into the pool, and then like some rise up, and then come back down. It's kind of like a water show, actually, kind of like in Disneyland. And this.
Man, if you're gonna dig that much, you buy the fucking ticket.
Hey, guys, maybe he's freeing them.
And so then you see several of them look more agitated and active, and like almost
Magic missile.
like almost like an angry hornet, just start like futzing around and then crashing onto the marble, and it manifests into a hellhound, looking like really like shaken and like where the fuck am I kind of gestures, and it sees you guys and growls, and it instantly grows a second head
Yeah, I definitely want a magic missile the guy.
and starts charging you,
Still gonna magic missile the guy.
but it charges you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna magic missile the guy.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh god.
7, so it's a cast.
It casts.
I do believe I only have 2 bolts at the start. I have 2 bolts of energy equal to magic per bolt, so he takes 22. Sorry. Yes, 22 points of arcane damage.
You hurt him quite a bit and cause deep gouges along its furry sides.
Not it. Him.
Oh, him!
I don't give a fuck about the Hellhound. I want to hit the dude.
You rolled a 7? What's your magic?
11. 7, 11.
Hold on.
I'm gonna go ahead and remove my MP.
Yeah, go ahead. Doubles. Oh my god. Ugh. Trevor, it doesn't make it through the cloud. So I will say that you cast for him, and it shoots, like, you're just like, yes! And, like, just veers off slightly. You're just like, if only my magic stats higher.
I'm gonna kill that fucker.
Oh.
I'm going to immediately
Ram
try and intercept the Hellhound.
Arcane rod up his ass and then fire the magic missiles
Hey, sweetheart, I know.
through his rectum
I know. You
into
got
his
it.
intestines.
You got it.
And they're gonna ricochet up in there.
Did I hear Agate call out that maybe he's freeing them?
Yeah,
Yes.
Good.
I did. That was supposed to be for all of you.
Still gonna kill him.
And then,
I tried intercepting the Hellhound.
well, it's her initiative first because
Okay,
you're ranged.
okay.
So what do you do?
I mean, I'm still kind of in shock, but I'll turn and try to shoot the fire at it.
I won't stand for this kind of
Lovely,
swearing.
yeah.
It's a heck hound.
Yeah,
As as you cast, Hammer tries to summon a holy beam like a Kamehameha wave, and unfortunately misses and hits the ground next to the charging animal. What do you do?
Yeah, I'll still cast my fire.
Okay.
For
of fire.
11 damage.
Okay. Jenny.
Okay. Are there still any skeletons?
There's no skeletons. There's just the one
Just the
hellhound.
doggy? Okay. Doggy. I wish I had
Oh,
tame.
okay.
It
So
is
you can dig your
obsidian
elbow.
black with 2 heads, red eyes, 1 tail
Cute.
that is quite firmly erect as it's charging towards you with baring teeth.
Ew.
Not that kind of erect.
Or is its tail forked?
No.
Okay. Aesthetics.
But it's penis.
Okay.
And barbed.
Ew. God. I'm just gonna regular
happens in hell
slash
stays
at
in
it.
hell.
Okay.
You know. 14 plus 7.
Hits.
Excellent. 12
12
damage.
damage. And Goromir. Huh?
Do you want to do the music?
Actually, yes.
How far do I make it?
You can intercede and attack right now.
Fantastic.
To the hellhound, not
Yeah.
the guy.
You're right. Yeah, because I just don't want the Hellhound to reach our healer.
Yes, you can.
That's
you
like
can intercede right
paramount.
now.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Anytime. All right, so I position myself between Dionysia and the Hellhound, and if I'm able to smite in the same round as attacking, great. Smite. That is a spell burst, and I attack. Hiya. With a 15 plus 6 is 21.
That hits.
All right, so
But barely.
But is Smite going to be good against a Hellhound?
hopefully. So that's going to be 11 plus 14 is 25 plus 3.5.
Go round up.
So 29 holy damage.
29 holy damage.
Yes.
Oh my god, I can't add.
Is it double?
Welcome to my life.
It does double.
58.
It screams that it is as it's knocked to the side from your mighty smiting blow, and as it rolls, it reorients itself and gets back up onto its paws, and you see that it is instantly larger. Its tail does become forked and barbed, and its vertebrae come out of its skin, spiked, and it's salivating even more. And it's glaring directly at you until Undyne's spears come flying at it.
Wow. That's just evolved.
And it actually had it
Nobody
actually managed
pressed
to
B.
hit, guys.
Should have pressed B.
Should have pressed B.
It evolved.
Shit. Hellhound Digivolve to
Oh, God!
come on. So its dex allows it to miss one of them. So it gets hit with 3 of them, dealing it 36 damage.
Weak sauce.
The Hellhound is pierced through its hind left paw with one of the spears, shattering one of the bones. The spear dissipates instantly because it's, that's what it does. And then as soon as it starts limping, but then instantly heals, and the leg looks stronger than ever. The damage is still on it, but it's like it fixed itself so that it could keep attacking. And keeps going. Hammer's already had her turn. You guys are all done. It's turn. There are 2 magenta-colored espers, I will say, that levitate out of the pool that just sort of hover around you guys, like casting random zaps around.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
None of you are hit by the first one. The second one hits one of you.
That's just obnoxious.
You are hit with 6 unholy damage.
How you doing over there, buddy?
I'm almost dead.
Oh, shit. If only you had somebody who could help
You are
with
hit.
I'm good.
Don't worry.
You are missed. Then Undyne's crit.
I'm hit by what?
A physical bite.
I'm nearly full, so you don't have to worry about me yet. I do have that thing activated.
You are hit with, or hit by 16 damage
What, from a bite?
from a bite.
Okay. It's 15.
And then Undyne is crit for... for 21 from that one. Okay. She's doing okay. It is player phase. And it is melee, so it is your turn first.
Mine, not Agate's?
I'm sorry, it's Agate's turn first.
Can I Flash Gorgon the Dowg?
You may try.
8 plus.
It will
7.
It will instantly fail.
Fuck. Well, I missed. Okay, that was a waste of a turn.
Any minor action? Still use the MP.
I know.
Sorry.
Uh,
Sorry, Dad. Sorry.
God, I don't think I can do anything else. Can I throw some stupid thing on my belt?
You have
Beal.
something on your belt to throw?
Yep.
Depends on what it is.
A crude cleaver.
No, that would be a major.
Okay. Well, then I don't do anything.
Okay. And Goromir.
Waste.
When it was healing itself and
It's
becoming
burned.
more powerful.
It's burned by you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
When it was healing itself and becoming more powerful and stuff,
Evolving.
do I, can I tell how it is doing that?
By some sort of internal magical energy that's part of its nature. Some sort of hellish power.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Hell shenanigans.
Its dark nature that he,
Hey, Farm, what's the
he
name
has
of
been
that
blessed
restaurant
by
you like?
Hades
Shit on the
himself.
walls.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. I am actually going
Shit.
to use my minor action to command. No, I mean, you guys all have free will, but I'm going to command the party to attack
Ear.
I was gonna say, I think you mean Earf-will.
Earf-will.
Yeah. Learf. I'm going to tell them to attack the hooded figure by the pensive, for lack of a better term, while I try and handle the hellhound.
Wow. Major action. Undine's minor action, by the way, is to shout at you like hell you are.
That's fair.
Meanwhile, I would love to, but I gotta heal all y'all motherfuckers.
Trevor's like, yeah, I'll go do that.
I basically what I'm getting at, what I'm shouting is
Ignore the hound, kill the summoner.
ignore the hounds. That's the source of the power, I think.
I imagine you sometimes like Asuna doing her healer stuff in Elfheim.
Sort of. Yeah.
I'm going to use smite again.
Okay.
That's successful, thank God. And
So
an
close.
attack. Okay.
Does hard leather have a spell failure count?
It does, but it's negated by my improved casting ability I picked up.
Okay.
And I attack. It hits. It hits, so I don't need to roll that. So it's actually going to be 4 less than last time, which would be 25. So double would be 50.
50. Yeah. It screams with your attack, and I will say that you even go as far as to cut on its shoulder deep down, and it goes down to its it goes down to its elbow on that side, and it's resting on its chins as it's waiting for itself to pull itself together. And when it does, it
pull yourself together.
it pushes up onto 4 paws, and it grows so large that it grows another head in between the original 2, and now has a long whip-like tail.
So that when a problem comes along,
Great. You must whip it. Thank you.
Whip it good.
This is exactly what I wanted to happen.
what a Devo reference.
All of the above. Being faced by a giant Cerberus, for lack of a better term, knowing that it has a freaking whip tail, and then Dionysia making a Devo reference while I'm watching it transform and heal itself grotesquely in
just
front of my eyes.
slowly pull out a red, Lego-looking hat.
Dionysia.
Lego hat.
Actually, no, it'd be Undyne next. I'm sorry. But you can plan your next attack. Ooh, she gets it off. All 4 spears will hit.
Does she now?
She does. Oops.
That was the face.
It is doing very poorly, as it has 4 deep puncture marks in its chest. The spears vanish, and Undyne summons another 4. No, she doesn't.
Failed. That sucks.
I use an instant
She
action to look.
snaps, and it's the first time she's failed in front of you guys, and she's like, "This never happens."
Talk about failing to get it up.
Dionysia.
Alright, I'm going to cast Regen on Angormir. He's downcast. Oh, thank God. It's a 9, so that casts. So you immediately heal 4. Oh, it's just equal to magic now. So you heal for 11. And you'll do
Thank you.
twice more, no worries. And then I'm going to, as an instant, flash heal this one.
Okay.
That's an 11. First 3 plus half my magic. Round up, round down.
Round up.
Round up. So you heal for 9. That's 4. That's 7. So 11 MP. And as a minor action, I'm going to try and kind of scooch and gooch my way around the battlefield. I'm trying to get closer to the summoner.
Okay. Give me a dex check.
Aha! Thanks to my belted balance, I have a +1 to movement to dexterity checks. That's good, because I have no dex, so that makes that a 13, because it's 12 plus 1.
Hammer foregoes the holy beam and just zaps for a collective 20 damage due to a holy zap.
Holy zap! I went for a holy crap thing.
Okay, so all of you have gone. Have you gone? No,
She
Pyra.
doesn't.
I didn't go.
You did go.
You
You
did,
said
you
you had a failed
started.
turn.
We're still on that round.
Yeah, long turn.
Yeah.
How close am I to the dude?
Very far.
Oh, okay. So if
It's
I'm trying to
raining.
shoot magic bleh.
You are far enough that you would have difficulty aiming it through this tornado of energy around him and like between you guys and him.
His tornado flame.
And as evidenced by Dionysia having difficulty, it's very possible that the missiles will just deviate. But you can certainly try.
I want to take Ingormir's direction, but
He was trying to move first. Is that a thing?
What?
Doing like minor action move first
Oh
and
yeah.
then.
Oh yeah.
oh, okay, then I'll do that. I'll use my minor action to move a little bit closer.
To where?
A little bit closer
Towards-
now. A little bit closer now. Towards the
The
summoner
magic
dude.
caster dude.
Okay. So you're following in Dionysia's footsteps.
Yeah. But I'm still not close enough, right? No? Okay. But I'm gonna kind of turn and shoot my magic missiles at the Hound.
Okay.
Both of them.
Yes.
11? Yay. 20.
And then the other 11 hits and sinks in, burning it a second time. Its burn effects are gone. This I almost said Cerberus, it's not Cerberus. The Hellhound leaps into the air. Very Kingdom Hearts-esque, actually, now that I'm imagining this motion. Leaps into the air and it has a bit of a shock wave. And everyone has to give me a dex check to see if you fall. Whoever has the boots, you don't have to roll because you have Indomitable.
That's the indomitable trait is amazing.
Cool.
Is my bonus from the boots or belt to balance?
It applies.
I would like to roll anyway, can I?
Sure.
5.
You fall.
He got me.
I'm kidding.
It's a natural
Oh
13.
my god.
So 14.
What'd you roll?
9.
9.
8. Okay, so
7, 6, 5, 4,
Pyra,
3, 2, 1.
and Goromir, you both fall. Hammer is staying standing, and Undyne is staying standing. So both of you will take a turn to get up. And then, after the shockwave, it breathes 3 heads worth of dragon fire
Oh.
down onto the ground,
Fuck.
radiating it out
Oh.
in splash damage.
Fucking asshole.
Don't cast fire.
God.
On it. It might not work.
You are dealt 21.
Oh, fuck.
Ow.
Now I need help.
Don't-
You are dealt 18.
21 JK damage.
Both of you are dealt
Shit.
12 each.
I have 9 health.
How much HP did you have?
I have 3.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
I have 9.
That is
Oof.
its turn. It is player phase.
I have 9 HP.
I know. I know.
So do I.
Not yet. Okay. I'm gonna wait.
I'm gonna kill
What have you been doing? No, I mean, like, have you been trying something else? I'm gonna
Oh.
kill it. What do you think we've been trying
I've activated
Trying to
my
tame it.
adrenaline rush. I would have if I had that ability. Try
Also,
that.
I'm gonna
to do?
say
Methinks it wouldn't have worked.
thematically, as it breathes fire, and then it looks up like very scary, looking and glaring at all of you. There's flames coming up from under it, so it looks very menacing and threatening and scary. And none of you want to tame it. It's being a bad boy.
Houndoom.
You can
I
tell
just
it's a
rolled
boy
my
because it has
newspaper
very prominent
No.
balls.
And it's erect.
Bad.
It's like you got a squirt bottle full of holy water. No! Fooey, bad dog! Exactly.
Bad hellhound. Stop that. No.
All right. I'm
go
going
to
to
your
say no one is in immediate stance with it, so it's ranged first.
That's fair.
Go first.
I mean, I gotta get up.
Oh, so sweet.
Gotta get up.
So I'm gonna try to scramble to my feet. Is that my whole
Does it
turn?
take a major action to stand up?
It's
Or
a major action to stand up. Yep.
do you have anything cast as mine?
Okay, just because it sounds ridiculous. Because it's how it's worded every time, but like major action to stand up. It's not like just standing up. it's like recovering.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like getting over a slight stun, almost like
Yeah.
reorienting
Yeah.
yourself and like balancing
Yeah.
again, and
Yeah.
it's not just.
It's just like the funniest, like, I don't know, the wording of it always makes me laugh because people always question like, so it's a major action to stand upright. It's like, okay, well, it's more than that.
Cody, it's okay.
It's a major
Oh,
issue.
yeah,
minor.
anything
Yeah.
to do is a minor.
Yep.
Oh, God. Who do I prioritize healing?
And you get a proc right now if you want it.
Oh, I get a proc at the end of my turn, yeah. It's not my turn
Like I
yet.
said, you can take it right now if you want, but fine, whatever.
I appreciate it.
Alright, I'm going to cast Regen again, this time on Agate.
Okay.
Thought I was going to fail for a second, but 17. So, you heal for 11 right now, Jenny.
11.
And then you'll do that again for the next 2 turns, automatically. And then...
That's cool.
It is.
Thank you.
Regen is a good ability.
It is. I'm very glad I have it. Oh, Sorry, babe.
should
I'm
probably
gonna
heal
cast,
yourself.
flash heal
Yeah.
on myself. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was almost a nat 1. Whew! 7, so 1d4 plus half magic.
So the 1 plus 6 is 7. Don't you guys
Does
have
boost
like
me up to 16.
potions and stuff?
I do, and that is going to be my minor action. Is going to take the 1 mana potion that I have in my belt. So first I'm going to take that sum down. Yeah. That was
Oh,
mine.
I have one too.
Me too, but I don't
2d6 plus 4, so that's 5. Yes. Yes, plus 5 plus 4 is 14, bringing me back up to 23 MP and 16 HP. That is my minor action, so I cannot move farther away from the Hellhound like I was hoping to, but we're going to just... Oh, this works.
Good deal. Alright. Agate.
I got healed.
Good. You feel a little better.
I do.
About yourself, too.
You're welcome.
Who said that?
Okay, I'm going to heroic strike it. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm going to destroy it with the
It's
striking of
being-
heroicisms.
The Hellhound?
The dog.
The Doge.
Dude.
Hell Doge. The Heck Doge.
Oh, with a 5 plus 7.
That will miss.
Son of a bitch.
Or I will say, you attack an area where its height is so thick you cannot cut it.
Damn.
I'm useless.
That thing's got some high defense now.
Oh god, can I minor action move closer to it than I already am?
And you're already in
The
mana.
minor action was the movement up to it originally, so no, unfortunately not.
You like want to hug its paw?
No.
Weigh it down!
When we're saying size of this dude now.
It is at least 12 feet tall.
Oh my god.
It's
You
a really
guys?
big heckin'
Is
bad
that
boy.
guy finishing what the hell he's
Heckin'
doing
bad
over
boy.
there?
Look at so cute.
Your minor action.
Fire
You're about done!
fangs. How
I
you
could
doing?
do that. That would be in character.
Alright. No, your minor action's done. So, Ingormir.
Hi.
Because you used it to get into the melee range.
So I'm gonna go ahead and smite because this thing sucks.
Please
No,
stop this,
whoa.
dude.
Your major action was to stand up.
Oh yeah. Well, I rolled it anyway. So my next attack is going to be smite enhanced
Smikey.
because that was a successful roll.
Okay.
There's a
So-
smikey hit.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised I did that. That was bad. Okay, so I took the MP. My weapon is smite worthy, and I get up, and I'm just like, really wish I can use this. Damn.
Damn. Curses.
I'm out of movement,
Foiled again.
and then I take my 11, which brings me up to 29.
Oh.
Who'd you
Oh,
kill?
stop that.
Undyne is able to summon all 4 spears. She's like, thank gods. And she sends all 4 out, and she actually crit the throw. So the way that her ability crits is that it's the same damage, the same flat damage as every time, so it's going to be 48, but it's going to have a bleed damage worth half of that total.
Nice.
Okay?
Super.
It's pretty handy. For the Heckin' Hound.
The heckin' bad boy.
Second hound.
The Heckin' Bad
It
Boy.
is now, so the spears actually stay in it for a turn to allow the bleed.
That's great.
She looks a little bit disoriented because of the crit. Because it's so atypical that she's like, whoa. It's like sapping her energy just a little bit more to stay. Does that make sense? Like this spell? Okay, okay.
They're just leaving it in there, yeah.
Yeah. And
I
then Hammer tries to use Holy, and it fizzles.
Damn.
Enemy phase.
It's okay, Hammer. It's just a little darkness.
Undyne
Did
has...
you take your block
Undyne
of
definitely
regen? I did.
has aggro.
What's that?
And Undyne definitely has aggro.
No, I've been doing so much damage.
I certainly don't. Been doing jack crap this whole game.
Jesus.
God, I need taunt.
That would be lovely.
I need it so bad, but it's 2 skills away.
What one do you need to get first?
Charge. Which would also
No,
be good.
right.
Yeah,
and I
I
didn't do
would.
anything in that yet.
Fair.
And I don't think I'm tough enough. I want sweeping strikes. Like,
For a 2-handed weapon.
Oh my god.
No, it was some freaking meme that I saw.
I just have this gladius.
Like
Make it bigger.
It's from something. I don't know what it is.
Ooh.
it's like fight music.
Make it a largius.
She's dealt a collective
A
48.
biggie.
Oh, she's dealt a collective what?
48.
Who is?
No more Undyne.
Undyne.
No.
You'd rather hit one of us?
No.
Undyne was hit with 48 damage.
Yeah.
By biting?
I don't care.
By 3 bites.
Ow, ow.
Divided into,
So
yeah, divided into 3
What
separate
if we
pieces.
didn't have
It
her?
would pass through her armor, but she would get damage reduction across all, so she would actually be dealt 39. Oh my god. She had 40 HP left. That sounds like I fixed it. I promise all of you I did not.
She has
I
2 damage
promise.
reduction.
She has 3 damage reduction.
I
Or
believe
3 times 3
across
is
3
9.
bites.
48. Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
So
Minus
39.
9.
Yeah, so she has 1 HP left.
Super.
Yeah, she's fine.
So she's on the ground.
Yeah.
And my reaction for a
you
hammer
bleeding.
is to scream.
That's not helpful!
It's player phase. Bag it.
Oh fuck.
She's trying
Oh,
to make her
Undyne's on the
gladius
ground
bigger.
underneath the Hellhound now.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to hero strike it again
Go for it.
Wonderful.
with the rest of my MP. Fuck it, and that's
Do it.
enough
That's great.
out of you.
I have such a,
Oh,
12
yeah,
plus.
that
I just have
That
such a great image of your character just like willing your
Was
sword to get bigger.
is. Was it 25
Yes.
before? It was 25.
So I'm not even gonna bother. Though I'm about to level,
39.
so I didn't write it down. But I'll write it down.
And Goromir,
Hi.
you're being a good boy.
I'm gonna use my last proc of smite.
Did you not?
So you rolled for smite, now you have to roll for the attack.
Thank God I have people who are paying attention around me.
No
This
worries.
is a wonderful thing.
I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
There is someone who loves this game as much as you do.
Thank you.
Just the one person.
I'm gonna attack.
Get the fuck out.
I'm gonna
But she's
attack
got the car keys.
the heckin'
You
bad
stay.
boy from the side or from behind because I imagine it's not facing me anymore because it's
No,
Smite
you're,
up the
you're
butthole.
looking at its right side.
okay. I'm attacking his right side.
Smite its butthole. What?
I'm going to smite.
Where the sun don't shine!
Hiya! That's a 13 plus 6 for 19.
Hits.
Super. And
Super-duper.
it's not. It wasn't like a crit smite, so that would be 25 doubled is 50.
Ooh.
Another 5-0.
Did you do the 53 times? Did you deal about tree fitty?
I wish.
You kill it.
Fuck. Good job, buddy.
Now let's see where it falls.
On top of Undyne, killing her.
Killing her.
Actually,
Okay.
that's light dex, not dex.
My mental prowess Undyne from underneath the dog.
That would be a really good idea.
Sevens don't help me.
It's true.
Sevens don't help me.
Yeah.
If you get 3 of them, though, then one of us turns.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah.
it starts. It falls on top of her.
Can I do the mental prowess thing I was saying?
Yes.
Natural 19, so 30.
You are able to pull
You
her
yoink her.
armored body out from under very easily and quickly. There is a screeching sound as her black armor skids across marble.
Yep.
But you are able to do it fast enough to get her out from under the
Just
hellhound.
imagining like force pulling and the sound goes and I'm just like
I'm like,
You successfully
My
pull
earballs.
Undyne's body, to you. And as you do so, you look down and she has blood all over her face. She is unconscious.
She's got blood on her face. Big disgrace.
I'm waving.
Hammer runs over and flash heals her. That's a crit. She's going to flash heal her up to 0 because she had bleed damage from the dice. So
I was
she's
like,
curious about that.
she is stable at 0 right now.
Oh God, we have them.
And as you guys are relieved at this wonderful healing,
oh shit, it's not my turn because we're still in combat.
yeah, we're still in combat.
you are not quite in combat because you also notice the blustering wind in the 100-acre wood suddenly goes silent.
I look to see if there's a dude still standing around a circle summoning things.
His arms are at his sides, and he is still looking into the pool, and the pool is now a dim pink.
What about the two spirit
That's
things?
pleasant.
They are no longer in the air.
I'm gonna
God, I
take
completely forgot about those things in the air.
I'm
If
gonna-
I had remembered, you guys would probably be in a lot more trouble. Oh well.
Probably.
Dionysia dead. Pyra dead.
Yeah, right.
They're dead.
So are we out of combat?
You are now out of combat.
Well, my
So
last
the
proc
two-
of heal goes off.
And 2 more for
Yes.
Agate.
So
So
you get
you would heal for
22 more.
22.
You get 11.
I'm going to cast
I'm
Life
full!
on Undyne.
Okay.
I'm full, guys. I'm full.
You're 13!
Oh my
Stop
lord.
rolling 13s.
I don't know why
She's restored to a quarter of her total health,
Yep,
which
and-
is...
Thanks, buddy, old pal.
10. Unless the 40 wasn't her max HP.
Math.
What's a quarter of 65?
Oh god. 17-ish?
She's
No,
restored to
no.
18.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. She's restored to 18.
No, 16.
16. It's 16.
16 times 2 is 32. Times 2
Got
again
it.
would be 64. So 16.25.
She's restored, and she looks up, and she sees Hammer's teary face, and she's like, "What? We won, right? Because this would be really embarrassing if we were all in the underworld. We won, right?
Yes.
Yes and yes. We won and we're in the underworld.
We think.
Kind of.
Shit." She sits up, looks around. Are you sure? This does not look like the underworld to me.
I don't know. I'm going to cast Flash Heal on Pyra.
Have you been to the underworld before?
Let's talk about that after we deal with this priority.
Damn it, I wish I had an increased spell.
Okay,
there's a-
Undyne, the
'cause-
Undying.
Because there's a shit stain over there that keeps summoning undead shit.
I know.
You heal for 7.
Oh,
Thanks.
Nobody was
Now I'm at
attacking
10.
them the whole time.
I tried!
Better than
That's how I led.
The wizard turns around and has a very docile face and says, "Thank you. I was a little worried that he would come and get me if he made his way through all of you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Do you have any more surprises lying ahead?
I believe I'm done
Done with what?
with grabbing all of my friends' souls out of the underworld to restore them.
that's nice.
Okay, who are you? How do you have this gift?
And where the fuck did the Hellhound come from?
Hellhound came up because I was trying to pull their souls one by one out of the underworld because they're still new souls. They're not deep within. And so I was able to pull them back out so that they can restore to their bodies out here on the surface.
Was one of them a little girl? Don't worry about it.
Undyne's like... unsummons all of her spears. Oh my god.
Just like, and just doesn't even think to unsummon him, just kind of like reaches up and grabs them and like badly hides them behind her. Like a kid holding the cookie jar. Oh, man.
He says,
Are you the one who wrote this? And I'll hold up the book. Or, I'm sorry, the scroll.
he sees it, his eyes widen, and he sort of like awkwardly nods in embarrassment. He's like, yes, I've been alone here for a while. I apologize if my words were unhelpful to you, though I wasn't really expecting anyone to read them except for me.
Oh, they made for just great reading.
Right. There's one part left to this ritual, and
Great.
if you'll excuse me, I have to complete it.
What does it entail?
To restore life to the mortal world, you have to not only individually grab every soul that you wish to bring back, but also sacrifice your own and body and doom yourself to the bottom of Hades.
Oh,
Tartarus?
rough.
Yes. So that's where I'm going. I appreciate your intervention with the Hellhound. I apologize for the skeletons. I believe those may have been my companions trying to stop you from interfering with what I was doing. So
Yeah, sorry about all magic missile
I knew you were freeing them.
thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nothing happened that was worthy of note, so that's fine.
I see. It was great to meet you. Tell them all that I'm sorry.
Are you sure you have to do this?
Yes.
Maybe, just maybe, you were kept alive for a reason. Like, if you believe in, like, fate and destiny and all that stuff. Like, maybe you're needed by the gods.
I appreciate the gesture.
Maybe you're important.
I have made a deal with Hades to make this happen. And he is expecting me.
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't renege on that deal.
So,
yeah. Well,
thank you again. And,
Who do we tell them saved them?
yeah, what's your name?
Asher. And tell them that I'm sorry.
We will.
Asher.
Asher. And he's kind of just lost for words as he realizes that he's also stalling.
Yeah.
And so he tries to muster up his last bit of courage and, like, you have to do this, man.
Stab him! No, I'm just kidding.
And he turns his back to you and just falls face front into the pool. And it's not a splash, it's just a. And he's, like, gone into a puff of
Fire it, burn him.
nothiness.
It would have really,
And
really
almost-
evil if you, like, killed him before he was able to complete the ritual.
Oh,
Crap.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Almost-
How evil that would be.
I didn't
Almost
wanna
One
take-
good
instantly-
point goes to negative a lot.
Almost instantly, the pillar of magical energy returns in a geyser of white light, and you are all transported back out to the island surface.
Oh.
So you are returned up into safety,
I should have kept the stitching iron.
just as everyone else was. However, you are back onto, like, the flat land of the island. The castle is up above you, so you know you could return to get the stitching iron if you wanted to. We're going to do that next week. We're going to cover that. However, you beat the Temple of Irf. And this will now be known as the Isle of Irf. And
We're really, really risking the title of this video right now.
okay, well,
Do it.
Shall I put that on?
I would like all of you to receive 650 XP for all that. And we're going to call it a night.
Ding.
Yeah, ding.
Ding.
650 plus 35, 60. Oh, God, I don't want to do math anymore. 4210.
Ha ha.
Any last words before we close?
I was really looking forward to the possibility that you guys might get to a Hades-themed session, so that was fun for me.
Cool
That
beans.
was a lot of fun.
What's
Yes,
the
it was.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now.